This program of World Cup hockey when Team USA faces off against Team Russia Friday, August 23rd in the heart of Hockeytown at Joe Louis Arena. Come see the Detroit Red Wings' own Sergei Fedorov and his Russian teammates battle head-to-head against Team USA's all-star lineup featuring Brett Hull, Jeremy Roenick, and Michigan natives Mike Modano and Pat LaFontaine. Tickets are on sale now at the Joe Louis Arena box office in all Ticketmaster locations or charge by phone at 810-645-6666.
Hi, I'm Steve Garagiola. Join us for Live on Pass weeknights at 6. We're Michigan's only one-hour sports report. We're talking about the topics you want to talk about. Live on Pass every weeknight at 6 o'clock.
Fans in the Motor City tonight have a dilemma. Should they root for their Red Wing heroes who are once again wearing the red sweater, even if this time it's the red sweater of Russia? Or should they root for their countrymen wearing the red, white, and blue of the USA, 7 of which have ties to the state of Michigan? It may prove to be a difficult choice, but we will find out the answer next as the Russian and United States hockey teams go head-to-head. Live from the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan, it's the World Cup of Hockey. Tonight, Team USA plays the third of their 4-game exhibition schedule as they host Sergei Fedorov and Team Russia. Hi again, everyone, and good evening to you. Along with John Ogrodnik, my name is Ken Kal, and John, everybody talking about the World Cup of Hockey right now.
Well, Ken, you know what's exciting about it? You've got some of the best talent in the world in hockey playing at this tournament. It's going to be an exciting 10 days.
Well, what's also interesting about this tournament, John, if you look at Team USA, the fact that 7 of the players have ties to the state of Michigan.
You're right. Pat LaFontaine won't be playing tonight. He's a healthy scratch. But you look at the list there, Modano, Hatcher brothers. Of course, Darian's the captain of the Dallas Stars. Kevin Hatcher was just recently traded to Pittsburgh, but we've got some talent there. Doug Waite, Smolinski both played college hockey in the area. And, of course, Sean Chambers.
Well, the Red Wings have 4 players on Team Russia, and I'll tell you what, all 4 of those players are dynamite hockey players.
They are. You know, you look at Fedorov, obviously he's a star player, and, you know, Larionov's got a lot of experience. Kozlov, Fetisov will not play tonight. He's got a strained knee. He will not be in the lineup tonight, but it's going to be interesting, you know, if we get a bit of a cheer from the fans tonight when the Red Wing players do something out there.
John, right now, let's take a look at the top lines of both of these 2 clubs. First of all, let's look at the top USA line of Scott Young, Doug Waite, and Brett Hull.
You know, what's interesting here is the coach for the USA team, Ron Willison, has put a lot of confidence on Doug Waite. He's a good playmaking center iceman. He's got some snipers on the wing. You've got Brett Hull, who we all know can score goals. And Scott Young, he's a little underrated. This guy's got one heck of a shot himself. So Waite's got to get these guys the puck.
The top Russian line, John, of Igor Larionov, Slava Kozlov, and Pavel Bure. 2 Red Wings in that line, and also 1 from the Vancouver Canucks.
Exactly. Again, you got Larionov, who's a great playmaker. We've seen his hockey ability here in Detroit. And Pavel Bure is known as the Russian Rocket. The kid's got a lot of speed. Larionov, he gets him the puck. Pavel Bure can do some damage. And, of course, we've seen what Kozlov's done the past couple of years. We know Kazi can put the puck in it also.
John, we also know that goaltending is important in any matchup. I'd imagine it's the same in World Cup hockey. And Nikolai Khabibulin has been sensational in goal for Team Russia.
You know, I like Khabibulin. I watched him last year when Detroit played him in the playoffs. I enjoyed watching this goaltender play. He is unbelievable. He can stop pucks. He came up big already in an exhibition game out in Sweden. I guess the Swedish team was outplaying the Russian team badly, and Khabibulin came up with a big game, stoned them. I think the shots were almost 2-1 in favor of the Swedish team, and watching him last year in Winnipeg was awesome. I really enjoyed watching this goaltender. He's got a lot of talent.
We have a great game brewing here at the Joe Louis Arena. Glad to have you with us on this Friday night. When we come back, we'll have the opening face-off, but first, let's pause for this. World Cup Hockey brought to you by Bud Ice and Bud Ice Light. Drink Bud Ice, but beware the Penguins.
It's not professional pressure cleaning. It's the amazing new Euroblaster. That's right, Euroblaster. Go from this to this to this at the turn of a dial. This V-shaped cleaning jet washes your car easier than ever. And the large shampoo chamber mixes soap and water to blast that dirt away. Turn this dial for a clear water rinse. Even add liquid wax to give your car a professional shine. Change to this narrow, strong jet to blast wheels and hubcaps clean. Dial in this down angle spray and clear loose grass and debris from sidewalks. Blast your patio clean as a whistle. Turn to the large straight jet and those glass doors are done in seconds. You can even clean out those clogged up gutters. Euroblaster blasts everything clean and it's only $19.95. Order yours now.
Have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-253-8005 or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $4.95 shipping and handling to the address on your screen. Call now 1-800-253-8005.
Hi, everyone. I'm Fred Heumann for Live on Pass. If you missed our show earlier on Friday, well, you missed a World Cup hockey update as we took you to Joe Louis Arena where Team Russia and Team USA were getting geared up for the game on Friday night. Also, we revealed the news of a possible new Michigan offense. Scott Dreisbach told us about that for the coming college football season. Coming up Monday, Live on Pass. Fred McLeod's here. Also, Lions Monday Night Magazine. Join us then.
Wow, Tiger Stadium!
A lot of great ball players have played on this field, Catherine.
Like Travis Fryman?
Right. You can feel the excitement with Travis at the bat. The pitcher's on the mound. There's a windup. There's a pitch. There's a long drive to deep left field. And it is.
Long gone!
I think this kid's got a future.
Early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right glad, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the
And that was Karen Newman with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner prior to the start of this hockey game tonight. Glad to have you with us. It's World Cup action. The Team USA against Team Russia tonight. Let's take a look at the goaltenders right now for both Team USA and Team Russia. Nikolai Khabibulin, number 35 in goal. He takes his position there. And on the other end of the ice, we look at Mike Richter, who will be in goal for the Team USA squad. So, John, I'll tell you what, two good goaltenders in action tonight. It should be a very good hockey game from the Joe Louis Arena.
You're right, Ken. We've got two excellent goaltenders. We talked about Khabibulin at the start of the show, and I had a chance to play with Mike Richter in New York, and the kid's a very agile goaltender. He's a great, exciting goaltender to watch.
A little bit of a pregame ceremony before we go into the perhaps the Russian national anthem here at the Joe Louis Arena. But I'm looking for a great contest tonight because I think there's some interesting line matchups. We talked about it a little bit earlier in the pregame, but it should be interesting to see how both of these two clubs play against each other. Both teams lining up on their respective blue lines. Again, we mentioned the goaltenders, Nikolai Khabibulin, number 35, number 35, Mike Richter for Team USA. And in just a few short moments here, we'll be getting this hockey game underway. And we mentioned it's the third of 4 games on the exhibition slate, John, for the Team USA squad. And they'll close out their 4-game preseason schedule in Rhode Island.
It is. It's they managed to get a victory over Team Canada in San Jose, and I think they lost one game in Vancouver 3-1 to Team Canada. So, you know, it's a good experiment. I think Ron Wilson's been pretty much sticking with the same forward lines. I think he's trying to get these guys confident in playing with each other out there.
Here are the officials for the hockey game tonight. The referee is Gary Fraser, the linesman Dan Schotti, and Ray Scampanello. Gary Fraser, one of the veteran officials in the National Hockey League. Well, Team USA and Team Russia huddling up in front of their goaltender. And another interesting point that I'm looking at, John, is who will the Red Wing fans cheer for? Will they cheer for Team USA tonight, or will they cheer for Team Russia?
That's going to be interesting, Ken. You know, we talked about it. What happens if Fedorov or Kozlov or Larionov makes a nice play? Are we going to get a cheer out of the fans? I think we will, but you're right. We got Team USA. I imagine they can get the majority of the cheers out there, but it's going to be an exciting hockey game. It's good international hockey, and I'm looking forward to this.
Well, we just saw Ron Wilson a moment ago, and now we take a look at Sergei Fedorov. Both teams line up out at center ice. Mike Modano of the Dallas Stars will go in for the draw against Sergei Fedorov. Gary Fraser drops the puck out at center ice, and we're underway for World Cup hockey action. Team USA has it in their own zone. Modano passes it ahead as it slid right into the corner. Deep in the Russian zone, cleared away up the boards by Malakoff. Now Team Russia head back the other way, and Nemchinov out at center. Skates up over the line, moves to the circle, tries to get around one man, sends it out in front of the goal, and that puck tapped away. Now it's shot into the corner. Fedorov to pick it up, lays it in behind the goal to McGillney. McGillney trying to jam it home short side. He was tackled by Modano off the side of the goal. As the puck goes into the corner, Fedorov swings it off the circle, pinching in. And playing it into the corner, Malakoff. Now Fedorov with a pass out in front to McGillney. Shot it wide, and Modano comes back the other way for USA. He'll flip the puck on edge off the side of the Team Russia goal. And it's an icing call right off the bat, and some good work by Sergei Fedorov.
It was. The Russian team obviously carried the puck in the zone nicely, but I got to give the USA team credit. They had very, very good coverage in front of Mike Richter, and the Russian team was not able to get a clear shot away.
Well, we talk about chemistry. It's always important in any hockey club. And Ron Wilson this morning at the morning skate, John, said that the chemistry is good on this team. He likes what he sees.
That's right. And I think he made the comment also that he's going to stick with the same forward lines. He's been working with Doug Waite, with Young, and Hall on the wings. And his lines will pretty much stay the same.
Larionov will take the face-off. The puck still remains in that circle. Now it's tapped off the side of the goal and into the corner. Red Hall to pick it up for Team USA. Nice outlet pass out at center ice to Scott Young. Young rolled it ahead. It's intercepted. Kozlov quickly plays it over the line. Moving in. Here's a shot. And Richter juggled it. Momentarily, Pavel Bure took the shot from the right face-off circle. Now Kozlov winds up. Drives the shot towards the goal. Richter makes the glove save. Now he's looking for someone to pass it to, so he hands it off in the corner to Hatcher. Hatcher plays it to the blue line. It's poked out center ice, and Team Russia will pick it up. Gonchar hands it ahead to Zubov. Back deeper into his own zone to Gonchar. Out center ice to Igor Larionov. Pass over the line. Here's Bure moving in. Fakes the shot. He hit the side of the goal. He had Richter pulled down. Shot hit the side of the goal, and USA will come back out center ice. Amani tapped it up over the line. The play is whistled down by the linesman offside. Good play that time by Bure, streaking in on the left side.
A little bit of a mistake by Kevin Hatcher. He was playing the puck a little bit too much in the middle and gave the lane open to Bure, and he's got the speed. He came across there, faked Richter. Richter pretty much had the angle covered, but Bure obviously hitting the side of the net here. Richter played him very well.
It's a good move by Bure that time, John, as he faked that shot, and that's one of the key elements if you're a sharpshooter, isn't it? Going down on that wing, faking it, getting the goaltender to freeze himself.
Exactly. And the thing is, too, again, Kevin Hatcher just gave him a little bit too much room. You don't want to give Bure that lane coming down the wing. He's got just too much speed.
No score. We played 2 minutes of the first period. The puck's back into the Russian zone. Tony Amani is chasing along the boards. Poked it into the corner. Now John LeClair will scoop it up. He's pushed around the corner. Now the puck sent right out in front. A backhand try and hit the shot wide of the goal. John LeClair was sitting himself on the doorstep. He shot it wide, and now back the other way comes Zhitnik. Boy, a good opportunity on one end by Bure, and then on the other end by LeClair. Now Kovalev circles out at center, lays it across on the near side. No score. We played 2.5 minutes of the first period here at the Joe Louis Arena. Team Russia plays it back into the USA zone, and it's an icing call and a face-off back into that Russian zone.
John LeClaire is a pretty big hockey player. He's a strong hockey player, and you saw his effects there on the ice. He was strong in the corners, was able to control the puck in the corner. And Smolinski, I think, takes a shot here, and LeClaire with his size, strong in front of the net. He's there, right there for the rebound, and good, strong hockey player. He played very well in Philadelphia this past season.
Member of the Legion of Doom line. It also saw Eric Lindros and Renberg on that same line.
That's a scary line, Ken. I tell you, there's some big boys out there.
No score in the first period. Team Russia will bring it out of their own zone. Shot in towards Richter. A bouncing puck tapped into the corner. Puck steered by Sean Chambers around the boards, but not out. Into the corner. Ryan Leach kicks the puck ahead. Chambers will pick it up, and he'll move a backhand quickly ahead center ice. Back to the Team Russia blue line. Malakoff looks it in front of the penalty box. Penalty coming up. Gary Frazier has his hand up in the air. Now chasing it down along the far side. In full stride and playing it into the zone is Tverdovsky. Into the corner. It's finally touched there by Adam Deadmarsh, and we have a whistle and a penalty call coming up. We have a pause in the action. We'll be back with a penalty call. No score in the first period. We'll be back in a moment.
Penalty here on Connor Walchuk. Actually, Zamenhof, it wasn't much of a hit. He kind of bumped into him, but it looks like Kerry Fraser, the referee in tonight's game, isn't going to put up with much. A little shove by Connor Walchuk. I guess he called it roughing, and Kerry is not going to put up with too much tonight, Ken.
Doesn't seem like it. Roughing the call at 3 minutes and 12 seconds. So we'll have our first look at the power play for Team Russia. Here's Gonchar on the blue line. Sends it across on the right side. Into the corner now to Fedorov. Off the circle to McGillney. Boy, these two can really pass the puck. Fedorov in the corner. Plays it to McGillney. Off the circle. He'll shovel it back in the far corner for Fedorov. And behind the goal now. A big hit there. Now Team USA will clear it up the near boards, and finally it's Scott Young driving at the length of the ice. Good penalty killing by Team USA.
They're forcing them all over the ice, and that's what they got to do. They can't leave the Russian team to have time to set things up down there, and it's good for the Team USA to force them all over the ice.
Minute 23 remaining in the penalty time to Connor Walchuk. No score in the first period. Adam Deadmarsh, who was a member of the Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche, sends it into the Russian zone. Now Fedorov will bring it out center. Slowed up momentarily. Hatcher will pick it up inside his own zone and rifle it all the way back towards the goaltender, Nikolai Khabibulin. Now just a minute remaining in the penalty to Konowalchuk. No score first period. Zubov drives it in behind the goal. Puck eluded. Richter goes into the corner. Larionov will keep it in at the blue line. Igor into the slot. Pass off the circle. Quick shot, and Richter made the save. May have gotten a stick on that one. Deflected it away. Into the corner. Burry lays it back in the line. Here's Gonchar with a drive, and that was redirected out in front. Into the corner, and it's shoveled down the ice by Team USA's McEachran. And there's a half a minute to go, and that penalty rather to Konowalchuk. Now Team Russia will move it ahead center ice. Puck tapped away momentarily by Brett Hull back into the Russian zone. Now Gonchar will work it quickly ahead out center ice. Slava Kozlov played it up over the line. Now Burry shovels it back and behind the goal to Kozlov. Puck loose right out in front of the goal, and luckily it was cleared away by Team USA down the ice. A scary moment.
It was. We had a little bad balance down there, but again, you know, the Russian team has not had really a good shot yet here on the power play.
Penalty is over. Team USA at full strength. No score first period. 14:35 remaining. Now Chambers whistles it across inside his own blue line. Out center ice pass to Billy Guerin on the move over the line. Fires the long shot, and Khabibulin got his blocker on that one. Deflected it away. Into the corner. It's dug out. Puck moved in between the circles. Pile up of players on the doorstep. Finally cleared away. And it comes to the blue line. And it's kept in by Kevin Hatcher. Rolls it into the corner. Now the puck picked up by Tkachuk. Chuck moves it right out in front of the goal. And that puck tapped away by Kozlov. We've played 6 minutes of the first period. Still no score in this hockey game. The puck in behind the Team Russian goal. Here's Madonna with a backhand try. That puck loose right out in front, and a quick shot wide of the goal. Boy, Team USA came close again. And the puck drove by Team Russia down the ice. Boy, a flurry out in front of that Russian goal.
Ken, there's a perfect example of Javi Bullen. That was an unbelievable save he made with his left foot on Kevin Hatcher. Kevin Hatcher moving in from the blue line.
Now Leclerc moves it out in front, and Tony Amani deflected that puck up over the glass and into the crowd. Boy, the crowd buzzing on that deflection. They're giving Team USA quite a hand here.
They are. A little bit of excitement going in this last shift here. Team USA getting in there, throwing a few hits, causing a little ruckus there in front of the net. Again, like we just pointed out, Javi Bullen, big save off of Kevin Hatcher coming in from the point here. There's a deflection by Amonte. Good deflection, except a little too high. Put it over the net and over the glass.
Well, I think the fans enjoy what they see here at the Joe Louis Arena tonight. Good, excellent scoring chances from both ends.
Tony Amonte's got a lot of speed, Ken. I had an opportunity to play with him in New York. The kid's got a lot of speed. He's looking for a big year this year in Chicago. He's got some contract negotiations coming up.
From the face-off, the puck off the rim of the right circle. Into the corner. They battle for it there, and behind the goal it comes. John Leclerc sends a backhand to the blue line. It's shot in behind the goal. Now chasing it down. A backhand try right out in front. Another save out in front of the goal. Another chance, this time by Amani. And Nikolai Javi Bullen, as we talked in the pregame, making several nice saves and goal. Into the corner, it's dug out, played back on the line. Here's Hatcher driving the shot wide to the goal. Now the puck picked up, and back the other way comes Zhamnov. Up over the line, little drop pass. Off the circle, and coming back on a nice play, taking him off the puck. Team USA plays it out center, and the puck driven right back into the USA zone. Monty slides it across to Hatcher up the right side. He'll play it out center. That puck broken up by McGillney. And the play went in over the Team USA blue line. It's offside. Another pause in the action. 12:37 remaining in the first period. We're still scoreless. We'll be back in a moment. Well, there's John Wharton, the athletic therapist of the Detroit Red Wings. He's doing the therapy on Team Russia right now.
He is. He's pretty excited about this whole tournament. He had an opportunity to spend 10 days in Moscow, spent some time in Munich, spent some time in Stockholm, Sweden. He's really enjoying it. He enjoys working with these Russian players.
No score, 12:18 to play in the first period. Glad to have you with us from the Joe Louis Arena tonight. Now the puck tapped into the corner. Gonchar is sandwiched in along the boards. Back comes Team Russia. Fedorov on the move out at center. Carries up over the USA blue line off the circle, and he's pulled to the corner by Brian Leach, and back the other way comes Brett Hall. Hall moves up over the line. Now has to take it back out to the neutral zone, otherwise he would have been offside. He just shovels it weakly in behind the goal. Richter fell down, and that brings the crowd to life. Embarrassing moment that time. Now Gonchar played it out center ice for Team Russia. Now we've got a penalty behind the play. Kerry Fraser comes up with the right hand.
Another penalty. He's not putting up with much. You know, so far in this game, Ken, I've been more impressed with Team USA as far as their defensive zone coverage. The Russian team seems to be a little more scrambling in their own zone. Consequently, the Team USA has been getting the better or the more quality shots out there.
Well, Sergei Gonchar will get the penalty for Team Russia, and Team USA will go on the power play right now. Let's take a look at it again, John.
Where's the sandwich behind the net? I think if I'm not mistaken, it's Scott Young and Doug Wade. Here's the penalty there. He's going to get hit here, and I guess he brings his good call by Kerry Fraser. That's an obvious penalty there. He was just going to get hit where the USA player, and he brought his elbow up, which obviously is a no-no, and he got 2 minutes for it.
8:20 the time of the penalty, so our first look at the Team USA power play. No score first period, 11:21 to play. The puck driven back into the Russian zone. Some debris on the ice. Play continues as it's shot back into the USA end. Now picking it up. Here's Kevin Hatcher. Little feet pass ahead. Modano up over the Russian blue line. Played it into the corner now for Hatcher. Hatcher lays it in behind the goal. It's shoveled back towards the blue line. It eluded Gary Suter and travels all the way back into the USA end. Pavel Bure really hustling back after it. Minute 10 to go, and the penalty to Sergei Gonchar. No score in the first period. Out at center ice now. Housley, long pass onside, cutting in all alone. Here's a quick shot by Tkachuk, but the play had been whistled down. It was offside.
It was close, Ken. I'd like to see the replay on this. This looked awfully close. Nice pass by Phil Housley. Let's see what happens here. He comes across. Across the blue line. Oh, that's awfully close. If it looks to me like his John LeClair's left foot was dragging on the blue line. It's an awfully, I guess the linesman could be a little rough. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me, but again, the linesman could be a little rusty. It's one of their first few games also at the start of the season, but nice play. Nice play. I don't think it was offside. It was a nice play. Good pass by Phil Housley. Sent John LeClair in cold.
Well, Team USA is really getting their chances on Nikolai Khabibulin, and as we talked about it in the pregame, he can be that type of goaltender, John. When he's on and he's making all those saves, it seems like he gets better as the game progresses.
He does. He does. Like I said, he's exciting to watch. He's got a lot of talent, and I think throughout this whole tournament, he's going to be winning a lot of games for this Russian team.
50 seconds remaining in the penalty time. To Gonchar of Team Russia. No score, first period. On the move out at center. Here comes LeClair up over the line. Moves to the circle on the backhand. Pulls the goaltender. Shot it. And that puck deflected away. Off the circle now. It's laid into the opposite corner. Alexei Yashin will clear the zone. But again, Team USA getting their opportunities here.
They are. I'm very impressed. I'd have to say for Team USA, John LeClair so far has been one of the better players out there.
Now they've got a giveaway. A drive on goal. And Richter made a beautiful pad save shorthanded. And 20 seconds remaining in the penalty to Gonchar. No score, first period. Puck up over the line and behind Brett Hull. Puck shoveled into the corner. Yuskevich will pick it up and lift the backhand off the glass and all the way back into the USA end.
Only got about 5 seconds left on the power play here, Ken. I don't, you know, I'd have to say Team USA, they had a couple chances there, but again, it seems like both teams are pretty much feeling themselves out here in this exhibition game.
Both teams at full strength. Amani with a shot, and that one deflected off a leg right out in front of that goaltender Khabibulin. Now Sergei Zubov will lift it off the boards out center ice. Puck eluded Brian Smolinski, and Team Russia will play the puck in their own zone. Here's Zubov out at center with it. Little feed pass ahead. Jamnov trying to split the defense. He ran into Sean Chambers. Nice play. Plays it ahead. 2-on-1. Up over the line. Smolinski cruising in. Fires the shot, and Khabibulin went down and made the pad save. Another good opportunity for Team USA.
Khabibulin doing a good job cutting down the angle. Smolinski really didn't have a lot to shoot up there.
Now Smolinski lost the puck out at center ice. Amani gave his man a shove. That was Sergei Zubov. They jammed forward and along the boards out at center ice. Still trying to kick that puck away. In the middle of the pile was Fedorov, and he comes away with it. Fedorov drops it into his own zone. Zhitnik will pick it up and play it across. Here's Nemchinov on the move out at center. Played it quickly ahead. McGillney over the line with Fedorov. Snapped the wrist shot, and that one's deflected off a stick and into the crowd. Another pause in the action. No score in the first period. We'll be back in a moment.
Ken, here's a perfect example of Amonte's speed. He's got the quick feed here. He moves up the ice quickly. Sees Smolinski, feeds him a nice pass. Smolinski's getting cut off by the Russian defenseman. Khabibulin realizes that, comes out, cuts the angle down. Smolinski had absolutely nothing to shoot at.
Good play by Chambers in his own zone to get that puck ahead.
Good second effort. Good second effort by Chambers.
Now we've got an icing call deep in that Team USA zone. Slava Kozlov, member of the Detroit Red Wings, you know, his game really improved with the acquisition of Igor Larionov.
He has, he scored the 36 goals last year. You know, this guy's going to get better. I think with playing with Larionov and Fedorov, I think he's got an opportunity to be a 50-goal scorer in this league. And from what we've heard so far in the exhibition games for this tournament, Koz has been one of the better players for the Russian team.
They're on the ice now. Larionov will take the face-off deep in that Team USA zone. No score, first period, 8:18 to play. Both teams have had several golden opportunities. Puck comes back on the line. Here's a quick shot, and that's steered away by Richter in that Team USA goal. Into the corner. It's picked up by Kevin Hatcher. He'll lay it out center ice. Racing hard for it. Konowalchuk inside the Russian blue line. He was beaten to the puck. Now Deadmarsh works his way in the slot. Snaps it just wide of the goal. Boy, he was allowed to walk right out in front. And he drilled it wide of the target. Lay deep in the Russian zone. Slava Kozlov hands it back, and now Malikov will pick it up and play it ahead. Out center ice, Team Russia will move that puck up over the blue line, taps it off the circle. Hatcher will pick it up. He'll intercept it and play it out center ice for Team USA. Now McEachran couldn't reach it. It slammed out center. Along the near boards, Kevin Hatcher to play it across on the far side. 7:29 to play in the first period. No score in this hockey game. Team USA and Team Russia in this exhibition game tonight. Puck around the boards. And it's cleared into the USA zone. Phil Housley back after it to play it. Circles in behind his own goal and stops there. He'll hand it ahead. The puck out center ice. In behind Billy Guerin. And it's shot back in behind the Team USA goal. Richter will hand it off there. 7 minutes to play in the first period. Team USA lays it out center ice. Now it's Alexei Yashin steering that puck into the corner. Goes after it himself, and behind the net is centering pass at the back of the goal. Now it's tapped ahead. Mike McDonald to pick it up for Team USA. He'll shovel it out center ice. Now on the move up over the line. Tkachuk snaps the shot. That's off a stick and way back into the crowd.
A little rough stuff going on here in the corner here, Ken. I don't know if Carey's going to be calling another penalty here or not. You know, it's interesting. One of the rushes that Team Russia just came up the ice. Just basically faced a stone wall. Team USA had 4 guys across the blue line. Team Russia couldn't do anything. And it's Team Russia, it's not their style to dump the puck in the zone. And they're basically being stonewalled here at the blue line. And they're not getting a lot of open ice out there to maneuver.
You know, John, you look at exhibition action, you say, well, maybe the teams are taking it easy, but not so tonight. I mean, they want to get prepared for the World Cup competition, the round robin, which starts about a week from today. And I'll tell you what, both teams are really fighting hard in this first period.
They are working hard, you know, and I think Team USA has to rely heavily on their defense because they know if they open things up, the Russian team has so much offense out there that they can tear you apart easily.
7 shots on goal for Team USA, 6 for Team Russia. 6:29 to go here in the first period. No score. Brett Hull stopped trying to penetrate the blue line. And Scott Young took it in over the line, and it's offside.
Looking at Brett Hull, obviously the seasons he's had in St. Louis, I think he really misses when St. Louis traded Adam Oates. They had an opportunity to play with Adam here in Detroit. Probably one of the premier playmakers out there in the National Hockey League. And Brett Hull and Adam Oates really clicked in St. Louis. And I know that Hull was very upset when St. Louis ended up trading Adam Oates.
He has an interesting hobby, John. He likes to collect antique cars, and he's in the right city, the Motor City, for doing that.
Yes. He's got the money to do it also, Ken.
No score, first period. Glad to have you with us from the Joe Louis Arena tonight. Puck out at center ice. Here's Nicolishin racing over the line. Lost control of the puck. He was taken out beautifully by Leach. Puck stays in the zone. Gonchar slides that puck into the corner. Sean Chambers to pick it up. Trying to ride his man off the puck. That's Nicolishin, and another penalty called by Kerry Fraser.
Calling a tripping penalty here on the Russian player. Didn't quite see what happened there, but we'll get a replay on this to see exactly what happened. I think he dragged his foot and tripped the USA player behind him. We'll watch this, yes. Watch his right leg here. Come back. Trips him from behind. Good call by Kerry Fraser. Good call.
It's kind of a veteran move there by Nicolishin to get that leg under, but that time he got caught.
Well, that's exactly right. He took that right leg, put it underneath Sean Chambers, and used his upper body to force him back. Very good call by Kerry Fraser. Kerry's doing a pretty good game so far.
One thing you want to do, you don't want to do, is do that right in front of the referee.
No, you don't. Let's see if Team USA can get their power play going here. They got some talent there. You got Brian Leach and Phil Housley on the point. There's a lot of offensive power right there.
John LeClaire taps that puck over the line, and the puck was batted ahead. It's offside, so a faceoff comes up in the neutral zone out at center ice.
You know, Ken, you can see, you know, it's obviously exhibition before the tournament. These players are still a little rusty out there, not quite connecting on all their passes. They're still trying to get a feel for each other out there, and it'll happen as they get closer to the beginning of the tournament. They'll get better at it, and the games will, the timing will be a lot better in the future games.
Minute 43 remaining in the Team USA power play. It's their second power play chance of the night. 5.5 to go here in the first period. Housley lays it out center. Now they'll bring it out. Here's Doug Waite twisting and turning at center. Fires that puck in behind the goal. Bobby Poulin with the big paddle. Left it there. It's played off the board. Back on the blue line it comes. Swung across. Here's Housley's got a mean shot. His centering pass deflected off the skate of Malakoff. It comes back on the blue line. And again, Fraser comes up with the right hand in the far corner. And another penalty call, John.
Something happened in front of the net. I'm guessing it looks like is that John LeClaire is going to be getting a cross-checking penalty. I assume that he probably cross-checked one of the Russian players in front of the net. We'll get a highlight or replay on this to see exactly what happened. Again, Kerry's not putting up with much out there at all.
Part of the 1993 Montreal Canadiens Stanley Cup team, John LeClair, he'll sit in the penalty box, and that'll even things up for a minute and 14. Let's take a look at it again.
I'm up here in front of that. There's LeClair. Gets a little shove from the Russian defenseman, and there's a cross check there. A little questionable there. A little aggressive play in front of the net. A little questionable there, Ken. But again, talking about John LeClair, that was a great acquisition Philadelphia made by getting John LeClair in Philadelphia. I tell you, the guy's a big, strong hockey player. Put him with Lindros. There's some big men out there.
Both teams playing for a side now, just under 5 minutes to play. Here's Amani moving in with a shot, and Khabibulin made a terrific pad save in that Team Russian goal. Now they'll come back out center ice. No score first period, still a 4-on-4 situation. Here's Kozlov working it off the circle, puck tapped away by Gary Suter, and he'll bring it back behind his own goal. Gary Suter marches it out center ice along the right side, winds up, fires the shot. That one deflected off the glove hand of Nikolai Khabibulin up over the glass and into the crowd. Another pause in the action from here at the Joe Louis Arena. No score in the first period. We'll be back after this.
Again, Ken, perfect example of Tony Monte's speed. He takes the Russian defenseman wide, cuts to the net. Tony likes to play his off wing. In other words, he's very good at protecting the puck with his body when he takes that puck wide. And the Russian defenseman had no opportunity at all to try and deflect that puck off his stick.
Still a 4-on-4 situation for 28 seconds, and then Team Russia will have a power play. No score first period. Here's Bure up over the line, little feed past the Konchar, and he slid a backhand off the side of the goal. Now Alexei Yashin sends it out in front of the Team USA goal, into the corner to play it. Bure got it going behind the net. That puck tapped away by Darian Hatcher into the corner. Now McEachern circles in behind his own goal. Long pass out center ice, broken up there by Gonchar. He's played a strong hockey game here in the first period.
He has.
Now Bure cuts his way in between the circles. He was taken down, and Hatcher will pick it up for Team USA. He's worked over by Yashin. Puck loose out in front. Look out. Here's a quick shot, and they score! Nemchinov fires it in. It's 1-0 Team Russia.
I think Darian Hatcher was left alone in his own zone. His teammates all started leaving the zone. Too many Russian players left in the zone, and looks like Nemchinov ended up getting the puck, breaking in, beating Mike Richter, his own teammate in New York, low to the stick side. So I guess he knows where Richter's weak spots are. Here's the goal coming up. Darian Hatcher kind of loses the puck. He's kind of outmanned. You can't blame Darian on this goal. You got to look at Phil Housley, kind of left the zone a little prematurely. Darian Hatcher was outmanned back there. You can't blame Darian at all. Nemchinov again, teammates with Mike Richter, knows his weak spots, went low stick side. It was a great shot.
So a power play goal by Sergei Nemchinov, and it's 1-0 Team USA, 3:28 to play in the first period. Up back into the USA zone, it's tapped ahead, and here they come. Long pass out center, breaking over the line. Tkachuk fires the shot, and Khabibulin got a piece of it and deflected it away. Now Zhamnov steers it around the boards. On the blue line, Leach kept it in, but he tapped it ahead, and back the other way comes Team Russia. Up over the blue line, off the circle, tapped into the corner. Now it's scooped up. Zhamnov with a quick shot, a screen right out in front of Richter, and he got his stick on it, deflected it away. Billy Guerin comes back. Ed Madano tapped off his stick, comes out center ice, 1-0. Team Russia with the lead on the goal by Nemchinov. Out at center ice now, the puck is flipped into the corner by Nicolishin. Gary Suter ties up his man. That's McGillney in the far corner. They wrestle hard for the puck. McGillney pass it off the circle, still working hard. Tapped it in behind the net now to Nemchinov. Nemchinov pass out in front. And it comes off the boards. Back on the blue line. McGillney will steer it in behind the Team USA goal. Another good chance by the Russian team that time.
Yes, the Team USA again is getting back to their strong coverage. You know, like I mentioned earlier, Ken, you know, once there's a breakdown, the Russians will make you pay for it.
Now here's a chance by McGillney. He tried to make them pay for it on the mistake. And a nice save by Mike Richter in that USA goal.
It was. I mean, it's a perfect example here, Ken, the talent that Russia has. I mean, if they see a breakdown, they can burn you bad. And A little bit of a giveaway here at the neutral zone. Fedorov making a nice pass up to McGillney. McGillney breaking in between the defensemen. Great speed. I don't know if he got the shot off that he wanted to. He was a little rushed on his shot, and you know, I think he wanted to maybe have a little more time there, but he wasn't. He didn't have that benefit, obviously. Richter played him well. Richter cut the angle down, top of the crease, didn't give him a lot to shoot at, and it looks like McGillney was trying to go between the legs on Richter. But again, for the most part, Team USA, their defensive coverage has been great. A couple breakdowns, and boy, those Russians can make it pay.
1-0 Team Russia with the lead. The puck back into the Team Russia zone, and Khabibulin falls on top of the puck and draws the whistle. You know, going back to that goal, John, by Nemchinov, and you mentioned both of them play for the New York Rangers. When you played for the Rangers or the Red Wings, did you know how the goaltenders were? Did you know where to shoot?
Oh, yes. You know, especially during practice or after practice, Ken. You get, you know, see out there for an extra 10, 15 minutes. You have a little game with the goaltenders. You know, you might take $10 and shoot on them, and you get to work. I mean, you get to know where their weak spots are. For the most part, when I played those games against Richter, he pretty much beat me all the time. I was tough. The kid, he's got a lot of agility. The kid can, I mean, he's a good goaltender. He's a great kid. He's got a great attitude. But you do, obviously, when you play with them, if they do have a weakness, you'll definitely find it out.
All right, the puck comes back on the blue line. Housley taps it into the corner. 49 to play in the first period. 1-0 Team Russia with the lead. Ellinghart, Smolinski along the boards. It was tapped away by Larionov. He goes after it in the corner and drops it back. Off-feed pass, too far in front of Kozlov. Rolls right towards Richter, and he'll make the save and hand it off to Housley. Bill Housley out center ice now to Smolinski on the move. Carries up over the Team Russia line. Snaps the long shot. Saved by Khabibulin. And the rebound shot by Leclerc wide of the goal. Boy, Leclerc has had his chances in the first period.
He's had his chances. Also, Monty, I don't know who got their stick on the puck there, but Monty was going in there with that speed again. Had a good chance. This has been their best line, I think, so far tonight, Ken.
Looking good right now. The puck out at center ice. And behind the play, another whistle. This time it was batted ahead with a glove hand.
It was. You know, you look back at the goal that Nemchinov scored. I mean, that's the risk a coach takes. You've got an offensive defenseman in Phil Housley, and he will have some defensive liabilities, but you want that talent. You want that defenseman that can skate and move the puck, but sometimes you got to sacrifice on sometimes his defensive mistakes. I think it was Monty that got in there and got the rebound on this, but again, both Leclerc and Monty driving for the net. Leclerc, a big man, Monty with his speed. They've had the best scoring opportunities so far in the first period, that line.
Minute 5 to go here in the first period. 1-0 Team Russia with the lead. The goal scored by Nemchinov. Team USA will bring it out of their own end. Here's Sean Chambers slowly making his way out center ice along the far boards. Taps it ahead up over the line, chasing it down. Here's Connor Walchuk. He's pinned it along the boards by Malakoff. Into the corner, chasing it down, Adam Deadmarsh. Slapped it around the boards, and now Team Russia will come back out center. It's Kovalev. Alexei Kovalev up over the line, lost control of the puck. Leach with a spinorama move, played it out center. Here's Deadmarsh, two men back, tried to work his way out in front of the goal, was tapped away. Now Kovalev roughed up by McEachern. The puck picked up by Alexei Yashin. He'll slide it out center. 20 seconds to play here in the first period. Sean Chambers, member of the New Jersey Devils, lays it into the corner. Puck tapped out center. Up over the line. Here's Tkachuk. Yuskevich all over him. Wrestled him along the boards. Puck sent right out in front by Billy Guerin. Knocked away by Khabibulin. It goes into the corner, and there goes the horn, ending the first period of play from here at the Joe Louis Arena. Very entertaining. Both teams hitting their chances on goal, and it's 1-0 Team Russia over Team USA after the first period of play. We'll be back with more from the Joe Louis Arena after we pause for these words. Again, we welcome you back to the Joe Louis Arena in downtown Detroit. We've completed one period of play, and Team Russia has a 1-0 lead over Team USA. And quite an interesting first period of play, John.
It was, Ken. You know, it was almost like a game of chess out there. Both teams feeling themselves, each other out there. And, you know, I'd have to give the carry, most of the play to Team USA, but it was that one mistake in the defensive zone by Team USA that Team Russia capitalized on, and Nemchinov beat Mike Richter, obviously, low to the stick side.
Well, joining us now in the TV studio downstairs is Mike Modano. And Mike, pretty good first period of play. What were your thoughts after that first period?
Pretty good. I think we had our good share of opportunities. Unfortunately, we made just a bad mental mistake in our zone. Everybody kind of cleared the zone, and they put some good forecheck and was able to turn it over and score. But for the most part, I think we carried the play well. The puck's bouncing out there. It's a little hot and warm, and it's not sitting down for us right now. But with the Russian team, you have to just be patient. They're going to have a lot of puck possession on their part, and we just got to be real patient and try to capitalize when we get our opportunities.
Mike, John Ogrodnik here. Just in your personal situation, you signed a one-year deal here with Dallas. Kind of rolling the dice a little bit here. You planning on having a good year?
Hopefully. I mean, I had that shot at the can last year, and things didn't go quite as well as I hoped to. But, I was going to sit and just kind of wonder what Dallas was going to do. They made some great moves. They acquired some great players, and, that really gave me a little bit of new life, and I wanted to be a part of that. And, hopefully things go well this year, and we'll sit down next summer and do it all over again, and hopefully for a longer time.
Was Dallas disappointed that you only wanted to do a one-year term, or did he want to lock you up for a few more years?
They pretty much put it up to me. I mean, they gave me an offer at the beginning of June. They wanted to get it tied up before they went in the free agent market in July, and I just wanted to sit back and kind of wait what they did with the free agency. I was just curious of what my, if there was going to be any offers out there for me, and with the group too, it's really restricted. You got to give up a lot of free agents, a lot of draft picks and players, and there really is not much movement in the group too. And but Dallas was really kind of not upset at all. I think they just kind of left it up to me. I know they understand my how much I love Dallas now and the team, and looking forward to the future.
Speaking of loving Dallas, Mike, a lot of people in the state of Michigan grew up watching you play over here. It must be a thrill for you to come back to the Joe Louis Arena here and excite the fans.
It's always a joy to come back. I mean, we got a lot of Detroit guys on our Dallas team and quite a few on our U.S. team, so we're all excited to come back. And they're always great fans towards us, and they're a great hockey town too, and we love coming back. Joe Louis, it's a great arena. It's the atmosphere and is great in the stands, and we love being home, playing in front of friends and family.
Mike, real quick, did you get a chance to play yesterday at the Oakland Hills Country Club?
No, not really. We had quite a hectic travel schedule. We didn't get in until 10:30 yesterday morning from San Jose, so we had quite a rendezvous through San Jose to Detroit, through Omaha, and so I just kind of slept in and hopefully come back next summer and get a shot at it.
Exhibition play right now, and Mike, thanks a lot for joining us. It certainly was a pleasure having you on.
Thanks. Thank you.
We've completed one period of play from here at the Joe Louis Arena. 1-0. Russia has the lead over the United States team, and we'll be back with more, but first let's pause for this. Welcome you back to the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan. We've completed one period of play, and Team Russia has a 1-0 lead over Team USA. The only goal scored in that first period by Nemchinov.
Again, Team USA played a pretty strong game out there. I thought they were the better team in the first period, but again, that one mental break in their defensive zone, it's almost like playoff hockey, what we saw last year with the Detroit Red Wings. They play a strong game out there, be all over the opposition team, and they have that one little breakdown in their zone, and it cost them. So it cost them, but I'm anticipating to see a better period the second period. The ice condition will be a little better, and the players won't be as rusty as they were in the first period.
Well, a couple of nights ago, John, out in San Jose, California, another exhibition game with World Cup hockey action, and it featured Team USA playing Team Canada. Interesting because Steve Yzerman was playing in that game, and our old pal, I guess, Claude Lemieux, scored the goal, and we're going to take a look at that right now.
Well, it's interesting. I don't know what Glenn Sather was thinking of, but he put Primo Yzerman and Claude Lemieux on a line together. So there's Lemieux's goal there, and there, obviously the Team Canada players go over and congratulate Claude Lemieux, but that's got to be an awfully awkward situation, and it's again, I don't know if Slats is trying to prove a point there with Scotty Boner or whatever, but I'm sure it had to be an awkward situation for Yzerman and Primo.
Well, we were talking about the big hit before we came on the air, John, featuring Chris Draper and Claude Lemieux in game number 6 of the Western Conference Finals. And here this afternoon at the Joe Louis Arena, there was a benefit game, and Chris Draper took the ice. And here he is in action right now as he was playing in that benefit game. And Chris appears to be okay, and it's good to see him. And he's not drinking milkshakes anymore.
No, he's not drinking milkshakes. I imagine with his broken jaw, being on that liquid diet, he must have lost a fair amount of pounds over the summertime. But it's good to see him on the skates there, and good to see him smiling again. I mean, obviously, nobody liked to see what happened last year in the playoffs with Chris Draper. He's a good kid. He's got a great personality. He's great in the dressing room, and
Yeah, just a terrific hockey player and a great comeback as well. And, you know, we were talking a little bit earlier in the first period about the athletic therapist, John Wharton, who did a tremendous amount of time, John, taking care of Chris Draper immediately after the injury and really helping him along.
You know, Chris got a lot of support from a lot of, you know, from John Wharton, a lot of the players going out to the hospital to visit Chris Draper. You know, he's just a good kid. You hate to see it happen to anybody, and even more so Chris Draper, because the guy's got a great personality. He's great in the dressing room. The guys love him a lot.
Well, we're in the first intermission at the Joe Louis Arena. 1-0. Team Russia has the lead over Team USA. The only goal scored by Nemchinov. And we'll be back with more, but first let's pause for these words. And again, we welcome you back in downtown Detroit. 1-0. Team Russia has the lead over Team USA, John, and the only goal scored in that first period as a result of a giveaway. Nemchinov scoring for Team Russia.
You know, again, Ken, I mean, I'm not faulting Darian Hatcher on this play. He was basically outmanned in the corner. And if you look here on the screen, Phil Housley kind of gets out of the picture. But if you look on the upper right-hand side of your screen, you can see Darian Hatcher has the puck down here. The Russian player comes in here and takes him out of the play as we roll it a little farther here. Throws a little farther. Darian kind of gets outmanned here. He's fighting with the one guy. Nemchinov comes in there, and here comes Housley up here. He's a little too high, out of the play. And Nemchinov's able to walk right in and beat Richter. Actually, I'm sorry, it looks like he beat him between the legs on that angle. And again, just a situation there where 3 USA players left the zone prematurely, abandoned Darian Hatcher, and they paid for it.
Second period coming up next, and we'll be back with more from the Joe Louis Arena. But first, let's pause for these words. And again, we welcome you back to the Joe Louis Arena. Ken Kal along with John Ogrodnik. And let's take a look at the first period stats, John. And I think one of the most interesting stats in that first period are face-offs won. We see it on the board right now. 12 for Russia and 6 for the United States. And Russia does that 1-0 lead.
You're right. I mean, there's a technique to winning face-offs, and obviously Russia's doing a good job at it. And I think it's a little deceiving here with the scoring chances, because it was 4 for Russia, 5 for Team USA, but I still do believe that Team USA had the better quality scoring chances out there.
Power plays in that first period. Team Russia 1 for 2 and Team USA 0 for 2. So power play, the big difference in the hockey game thus far as they switch ends for the start of the second period of play. Ron Wilson behind the bench. He's done a marvelous job getting these players and getting them ready to play. And he said the chemistry's good. And he said, basically, I have the same lines now going into this hockey game as I did when we first started.
And he's almost got to go that route, Ken, you know, because it's such a short time before the tournament starts, and you might as well get these guys acclimated with each other as quick as possible.
Second period underway. Here's McGillney quickly up over the line. Little feed pass ahead to Fedorov, who slams it off the boards and behind the Team USA goal. Richter steers it into the corner. And who scored, Nemchinov, tosses it into the corner again as they battle for that puck and along the boards. Fedorov trying to dig it away. It's sent right out in front. Here's a quick shot and they score. 2-0 Team USA or Team Russia. And a quick shot results in a goal.
Another shot between the legs of Mike Richter. A little breakdown in the defensive zone again by Team USA.
Oleg Tverdovsky, John, with the goal. His first goal tonight comes quickly, 34 seconds into the second period.
Well, he's able to. As you see, man-on-man, 2-on-2 here. And actually, it's 3-on-3. So I assume here it is 12, which is Bill Guerin, let the point man go. And 32, Tverdovsky was able to walk into the slot here and get the shot away. In all honesty, I think Richter realizes he should have had that shot. It wasn't a hard shot at all. Squeaked through his legs, and you know, a little bad coverage, but it wasn't a tough shot. I think Richter could have had that one.
Now Larionov quickly hands it ahead. Here's Pavel Bure pulling up back the circle, drops it in the high slot to Kozlov. Little feed pass out in front of the goal, and Gonchar cutting in. Got that puck wide to the goal. 2-0, Team Russia with the lead early in the second period. Now Suter taps it out center. It's played off the board. Zubov will lift it ahead. Out at center ice at the face-off circle. It's shoveled right back into the Team Russia zone by Kevin Hatcher. Now the puck out at center. Boy, Kozlov almost had a breakaway if he would have got in behind Hatcher. And now the puck shot back into the Russian zone, deflected by Javi Bulin up over the glass and into the crowd.
I think Team USA's got to obviously get something going here again, and I think their strength is dumping the puck in, getting in there, forcing the Russian team deep in their own zone and causing havoc back there. That's where they seem to have their success in the first period, and I think they've got to get back to that style.
Well, there's a look at John LeClaire. We mentioned he had a terrific first period of play.
I like that line. I like that line with Amani and LeClaire.
From the face-off, the puck comes out center ice. Darian Hatcher slams it off the boards into the zone. Yuskevich plays it ahead. Now quickly center ice. Here's Alexei Yashin over the Team USA blue line. Off the circle, centering pass out in front. It was broken up. Kovalenko was going for that puck. Now Yashin tries to slam it home on the wraparound. And Richter will hang on to it with the glove hand. There's a guy, Alexei Yashin, John, who was a holdout last year for the Ottawa Senators, but when he came back, he really made a difference.
And Ottawa needed him. I mean, obviously Ottawa is struggling right now. They're trying to get that organization going, and he's one of their key players there. They got him signed, they paid him the big dollars, and they got to count on this guy to produce for him.
Another guy we had to take a look at last season was the fine rookie for the Ottawa Senators, Daniel Alfredsson.
They got some promising players there. They've got a young team, and they've got some good stars they picked up in the, with the benefit of having those early draft choices.
2-0, Team Russia with the lead. Here's Team USA coming out of their own zone. Puck out at center ice. Deadmarsh lost control of the puck. Yashin tapped it away, and now it's scooped out center. Here comes Connor Walchuk. He fires the shot off the glove hand of Javi Bulin into the corner. Sean Chambers digs it out, plays it around the boards, pinching in Brian Leach. He snaps the shot wide of the goal. Back on the line. Chambers couldn't keep it in. Look out. Turning back the other way. Here's Kovalev moving into the circle. He scores! He fired that shot high into the top part of the goal, and it's 3-0 Team Russia.
Once again, a little breakdown at the blue line. Sean Chambers was unable to keep the puck in the zone, and it's ironic. Here you got Leach and Richter going down the ice. Richter.
Well, John, Alexei Kovalev just fired that puck by, and we'll take another look at it.
Here you got Kovalev with the New York Rangers being forced by Brian Leach coming down to take a shot on Mike Richter. All three of those players with the New York Rangers. It's kind of ironic. Again, Kovalev going high stick side on Richter. Richter going down a little prematurely. But he had 3 Rangers there in one play.
17:25 to play here in the second period. Quick outburst by Team Russia here in the second period. 2 goals, and they got the lead 3-0. Out at center ice behind the play, we have a whistle and a penalty called by Kerry Fraser.
Another cross-checking penalty here by Kerry. I didn't see what happened behind the play. Let me get a replay on this here.
One thing about this Russian team, John, they really have the players that can break the game wide open.
They can. You know, like I said earlier, Ken, if you make a mistake, these guys will make you pay for it. Team USA has got to rely on tight defensive hockey. Here comes the penalty here. Bill Guerin got the penalty right along the boards here. And if that was the call, it's a real iffy call. I'm not trying to be biased here or anything like that, but a little shove from behind. A little weak on the call. Kerry's, for the most part, has called a good game, but there it looks like just a little shove from behind.
53 points last year for Billy Guerin as a member of the New Jersey Devils. 3-0 Team Russia with the lead. They're on the power play again. They're 1 for 2 at the power play this evening. Now Malakoff fires it into the corner, deep in the USA zone. Back to play it there. Leach hands it off to Hatcher. He'll steer it up the boards, and Connor Walchuk. Nice effort along the far boards. Lifts the backhand all the way back into the Russian zone. Team Russia setting up in their own zone, 1.5 minutes to go, and that penalty to Billy Guerin. Out at center, moving up over the line, laying it into the corner, and now Team USA will scoop it up and drill it the length of the ice. Both teams change on the go, and at 14 to play in the second period, 3-0 Russia. A long pass intended for McGillney at center, broken up by Gary Suter. Zubov took it away from him, plays it ahead to Fedorov, cruising over the line, pulls up, rim of the right circle, lost an edge. Now slides it in behind the goal. Back to play at Hatcher, didn't clear it out of the zone. It's still deep in that Team USA end. Fedorov to dig it off the board, plays it back in the line to Zubov, over on the left side. Gonchar in the corner, not an Nemchinov, back on the line to Gonchar. Swings it over to Zubov, back to Gonchar on the blue line. Nemchinov in front to McGillney. Tried to pull the trigger, and he lost control of the puck. Zubov kept it in, and now it's tapped out center. And Team USA will pick it up. Scott Young will deflect it back in behind the Russia zone. Now 20 seconds remaining in that penalty to Billy Guerin. Here's Gonchar up over the line. Little drop pass to Nemchinov. Off the circle, comes back on the blue line. Gonchar over to Zubov, moving in, takes the shot. Zubov spins away at the blue line, hands it in front. McGillney with a shot, and Richter made the save. Zubov keeps it in. Off the circle, McGillney taps it out in front of the goal. Nemchinov on the doorstep. Now Zubov with a backhand try wide of the goal. Billy Guerin is back on, and USA is back at full strength. We played almost 5 minutes of the second period, 3-0. Russia has the lead. Now Team USA will play it out center ice. Zubov backpedals slowly in his own zone. Takes a look up, taps it off the boards, not out. Leach kept it in, hands it off to Leclerc. Tried to pull the trigger, it was batted away, and now here comes Larionov back the other way. Pass up over the blue line to Zubov, off the circle, and it's taken away by Leach, and back comes Team USA. Head to Smolinski out at center. He's tied up by Kozlov, played it up over the Team Russia blue line. Into the corner, Leclerc dug it free, sent it between the circles. Trying to pull the trigger there in the slot was Hull, and he lost control of the puck. And Team Russia come back the other way. Puck sneaking along the board. Zubov in deep, laid it out in front of the goal. Here's a quick shot, and Richter made the save. And it's still 3-0 Team Russia. We're in the second period. A pause in the action. 14-14 remaining. We'll be back in a moment.
What do we got here? We got Nemchinov.
Yeah, Nemchinov is 3.
There are cosmic miracles, like a star being born, that we can only watch in awe. And then there are miracles right here on Earth that we can help make happen. A child drinking clean water in a village overseas where there never has been clean water. Desperately poor children going to school instead of just dreaming about going to school. Families growing up strong and healthy and freeing themselves from the grip of the world's cruelest poverty. Miracles made possible through an organization called Child Reach. Child Reach finds sponsors for needy children overseas and helps families and entire communities learn to help themselves. Call Child Reach at 1-800-328-2100. That's 1-800-328-2100. Why just watch a miracle when you can help make one happen?
There's a good save by Mike Richter. Again, Team USA getting a little sloppier in their own zone. A little giveaway here. A quick shot. Give Richter a lot of credit. It was a good glove hand save.
Now the puck back into the Team USA zone, and a penalty call coming up. Kerry Fraser up with the right hand again. Now looks like Team USA will get the gate right here, and they've taken some costly penalties in this hockey game.
Ken, I don't know if they're getting a little frustrated out there, losing 3-0 and not getting too many opportunities. Gary Suter getting the penalty. And I missed the call. We're going to replay here. I think it was hooking. I think Kerry called it hooking, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have a look here. Kerry's calling everything, I guess. You know, that's a no-no in today's game. You know, you can't have that interference. And Gary Suter kind of reached out to kind of interfere with the Russian player. And the, you know, Kerry called. He could have called it interference or hooking, one or the other, and he called it hooking. And again, kind of a light call, but Kerry's calling everything out there, so give him credit for that.
Team Russia on the power play. They're 1 for 3 tonight with the man advantage. They have 3 shots on goal at their man advantage. Hooking the call to Gary Suter. Now look out, McEachran up over the line. Tried to feed it out in front of the goal to Connor Walchuk. It's tapped off the side of the goal. Boy, Hobby Boone was going one way, and the puck went the other. Now Team Russia will pick it up, play it ahead. Out center ice, it's intercepted. And Connor Walchuk will drive it into the corner deep in the Russia zone. Minute and a half remaining in that penalty to Gary Suter, line defenseman for the Chicago Blackhawks. Puck tapped into the corner. Racing hard for it. Kovalenko laid it back on the line. Here's a quick drive, tapped away. And Team USA will pick it up and fire it the length of the ice. Minute 10 remaining in the Suter penalty. 3-0 Team Russia. Sergei Fedorov, a fan favorite here in Detroit, works it right towards Richter. He makes the stick save, juggled it momentarily with that stick, didn't clear it out. Zubov drive along the ice, wide of the goal. Sergei Nemchinov drops it back in the line. Gonchar lifts it over on the right side, now to Fedorov. Team Russia setting up in that Team USA zone. The puck along the far boards, back in the line. Here's Gonchar with a drive, a screen shot. Richter the save, he's down, and the rebound cleared the length of the ice by Team USA. Good save that time. A lot of traffic, John, right out in front of Richter.
Came up big with a good save there, and that's what Team USA needs. You know, they need that big save from the goaltender, and he's obviously a big part of the team.
25 seconds remaining in the Suter penalty. The puck worked back on the blue line. Gonchar over to Nemchinov, rim of the right circle, drops it down low. Fedorov tried to steer it to McGillney. The puck was intercepted and worked all the way down the ice, this time by Brian Leetch. 10 seconds remaining in the Russian power play. Gary Suter standing up in the penalty box. He's set to step out onto the ice. Bringing it up the other way, Sergei Zubov. Crosses up over the line. Penalty is over. Suter is back on. Team USA is at full strength. Puck played back into the Team Russian zone. Quickly chasing it down behind the goal, McGillney. He's watched there by Brett Hull. Now Fedorov taps it off the glass. Not out. Chambers keeps it in. Winds up. Fires the shot. And Hobby Bulin went down and made the save. So we have another pause in the action. 3-0. Team Russia has the lead. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Discover the defensive training secrets of America's finest baseball school in an exciting videotape. Baseball World's Defensive Drills video features professional scout and instructor Tom Umansky and the same revolutionary new training techniques that have produced Baseball World's back-to-back-to-back AAU national championship teams. The Defensive Drills video vastly improves players' arm strength, running speed, quickness, agility, and infield and outfield defensive skills. Even coaches practice organization. Lou Pavlovich Jr., editor of Collegiate Baseball magazine, calls it a masterpiece, the best defensive drill video ever produced. Many professional players are excited about this videotape. Just ask Atlanta Braves superstar Fred McGriff.
This is the instructional video that gets results.
Baseball World's Defensive Drills video makes a great gift and benefits players of all ages and ability levels. To order your copy for only $29.95, have your credit card ready and call toll-free. 1-800-253-8005. That's 1-800-253-8005.
It really worked for me.
Well, there you have a look at Sergei Fedorov on that Team Russia bench. He was trying a new pair of skates out in the morning skate today, and he says it makes his feet feel lighter on the ice. So I guess that makes him fly a lot faster on the ice, John.
I know he tried those white skates, those Nike white skates last year, and I don't know how those worked out for him.
3-0. Russia has the lead over Team USA. The puck back into the Russian zone. It's tapped up the boards. Gary Suter slams it around the boards into the corner. Now Hatcher plays it to Leclerc. Circles in behind the goal. Yuskevich took him off the pucks. Spins it around the boards. Chasing it down Suter. Nice play to keep it in. He paid the price. Leclerc was taken down and behind the goal. Now Zhitnik will work it into the corner. Goes after it himself. Didn't clear the zone. Look out off the circle. Here's a quick shot. Hobby Bulin the save. Rebound. Scores! Kevin Hatcher took the initial shot and the rebound was put in, and that's the first goal of the night for Team USA.
You know, it's interesting because Ron Wilson decided to juggle the lines a little bit. He threw Leclerc out there with Waite and Hull on this line combination. So he did change the lines around, trying to get something going here. Obviously down 3-0, now down only 3-1. So it paid off for Ron Wilson, juggling the lines up a little bit. Here comes the shot. Happy Bulin, big save. Rebound right there for Brett Hull. Quick sweep with the backhand. Happy Bulin had no chance on the goal. Hatcher comes walking in. Good shot. Happy Bulin makes a save. Rebound right there. Gain for Hull. Quick snapshot. Actually, you know, if you look closely, Kevin Hatcher could have been called for interference. If you look at the shaft of his stick, he actually was leaning on Happy Bulin's right arm. And Kerry Fraser, if he wanted to, if he noticed it, could have called him for interference. If you get a chance to roll that again, you'll be able to see it at that last angle.
Well, there's a look at Brett Hull on the players' bench for Team USA. He had a couple of goals in the last exhibition hockey game, but I'll tell you what, he's a goal scorer. When he parks that big body out in front of the goal, he can sweep them in with the best of them.
His biggest asset, Ken, is his release. Whether he's on his backhand or his forehand, he's got a heck of a shot. He's got good wheels, and it just doesn't take him that long to get that release off.
All from Kevin Hatcher at 8:54, and Team USA has their only goal of the hockey game. They want more. Here's a setup for Modano in the circle, and the puck bounced over his stick. Step back on the line. Here's Kevin Hatcher with a screenshot. That puck loose off the circle. Slava Kozlov will intercept for Team Russia, and he'll move it out center ice. Lifts a backhand up over the blue line. Back to play it. Darian Hatcher takes a look up, and now he'll hand it out center ice. On the move over the line along the near boards, Billy Guerin. Guerin moves to the forehand, slid it right to the goal mouth. Nobody there for a rebound. Now Kozlov comes back the other way, 1-on-2. Slava Kozlov off the circle. Gonchar with a drive, and Richter makes the glove save in that USA goal.
Another quick shot by Team Russia. Puck comes over to him. Gonchar doesn't even take any time at all. Quick shot, Richter, good save. We're going to see the Hull goal again, and watch Kevin Hatcher, as we get the view here, watch Kevin Hatcher with his stick on the rebound. There it is right there. See how he tugs at his arm and his legs? I'm surprised Gary Fraser didn't call an interference penalty there. I tell you, if it was a regular season, here it is again. We watch it, we slow it right down here, slow it right down. We'll see right here, right there. Out comes the stick, interferes with Happy Bullen, throws him off balance, enables Brett Hull to squeak that puck between Happy Bullen's legs, because Happy Bullen, I think, was off balance from that little interference that Kevin Hatcher threw out there.
Well, that was a good call, John. You're right, absolutely right about that. Usually on a scoring chance, they will call the penalty, but they didn't. Now look out, right out in front of the goal. Leclerc with a chance, and Happy Bullen sprawled in the goal crease and somehow knocked that one away. And Fraser calling a penalty now.
Looks like he's calling it against Team Russia, and there's a perfect example. Once Team USA starts putting pressure on Team Russia, you're going to get scoring chances, but you're also going to get power play opportunities, because it's going to cause Team Russia to take penalties out there to slow the opposition down here a little bit. Here's the penalty coming up. Again, Amonte out there with his speed, taking it wide. Good pass out front. And it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to be calling it on the infringement on Leclerc, right there off to the side of the net. It looked like the Russian player grabbed Leclerc's arm or something like that, and he was unable to get the shot away. Leclerc, that was Gonchar, I guess, doing the holding. Here he is, holding of the stick, yes.
Sergei Gonchar, member of the Washington Capitals, had a good year last year. 15 goals, 26 assists for 41 points. Says his idol is Slava Fetisov, the old warrior who plays on the Detroit Red Wings. It's a pretty good idol to have.
It is. It is. It's too bad Fetisov couldn't play tonight. You know, he's got that bad knee, but I think he was really looking forward to playing here in Detroit.
Now here's a quick shot from the far circle by Team USA player along the boards. They battle for it there. Leclerc behind the net. Finally, we have a whistle and some pushing and shoving taking place. Dmitry Yushkevich in the middle of it. So is Doug Waite.
I tell you what, Ken, you know, we were down here at the morning skate, and I was watching some of these players coming into the rink today. Leclerc's a big boy, but don't underestimate some of these Russian players. These guys are fit. You know, I shook hands with Sergei Nemchinov and Alexei Kovalev. These guys have got big hands. They're strong. They're fit. Team Russia's got some big boys, and they're strong. So I wouldn't underestimate their physical presence out there.
Well, a pair of 19s will take the face-off deep in that Team Russia zone. Doug Waite of Team USA and Alexei Yashin of Team Russia.
We got a little boo in the rink, Ken, because the center ice screen just highlighted Stu Grimson in the stands. So the fans were yelling Stu, I guess.
Here's a quick screenshot. A lot of traffic out in front. Happy Bullen jumped up in the air and knocked it away. A beautiful save. And it's cleared the length of the ice. Boy, Nikolai Khabibulin with another terrific save and goal.
Big save. It's good to see Team USA getting these chances. Get a little excitement going in this game.
Yushkevich plays it back into the Team USA zone. A minute 13 remaining in the penalty to Sergei Gonchar. 3-1, Russia with the lead. Bill Housley shot that puck towards the goaltender Khabibulin. He'll glove it off, and we have a whistle deep in that Team Russian zone.
Again, Ron Wilson switching the lines here a little bit. He had Brett Hull with Doug Waite and John Leclerc out there. Big save here by Khabibulin. Rebound sitting right there. He stops the rebound also. Again, Khabibulin playing the angles very well. There's another rebound shot.
Boy, Leclerc kind of had Khabibulin tied up, just like Hatcher did almost, and he jumped up to make the chest pad save.
Right. Shot from the point. Khabibulin could have been screened a little better there. Leclerc standing in the crease, like you were saying. and not really pushing their game. If a goal was scored, it'd be interesting to see if Kerry Fraser would allow it with John LeClair's right foot in the crease area.
55 seconds remaining in the Team USA power play. 3-1 Team Russia with the lead. Exhibition hockey at the Joe Louis Arena. Now a centering pass. Here's a quick shot by Suter. He scores! He got the pass and fired it in, and we've got a hockey game. It's 3-2.
That's a pretty setup. It was a nice play. I'm trying to get a replay here to see who made the pass across to Gary Suter, who made a nice touch shot here into, obviously into the net. Beautiful play here. Kevin Hatcher back to, still can't get that number there, Mike Modano. Great play by Mike Modano here. Sees Suter going towards the net, threads the needle right to Suter. Suter able to sneak that under Habib Boulin's pad. What a pass here by Modano. Great pass, great puck movement, pretty goal. Like to see it. 3-2.
Well, you're talking about threading a needle, John. He didn't have a lot of room to shoot that puck in, and he found it along that near goal post and fired it in behind Habib Boulin.
I tell you, Ken, half the battle is, I guarantee you, Suter did not pick the corner. Half the battle is releasing the puck as quick as you can and getting it on net. And it found a hole.
Team USA trails by a goal. Here comes Fedorov marching over the line, has the puck in the corner, sends it out in front, and that one rolled right towards Richter, and a penalty call coming up behind the play. So we'll be back with a power play in a moment. It's 3-2 Team Russia over Team USA. We'll be back with more after this.
All right, we're down.
Here's a penalty on the play here, Ken. Sergei Fedorov makes a nice pass across the crease. I think that's Mogilny trying to go for the puck, and Adam Deadmarsh was pretty much forced to haul him down. He took away a good scoring opportunity. You don't mind Deadmarsh taking a penalty like that. He pretty much had to take Mogilny down. Credit Fedorov with a nice pass, and Mogilny driving towards the net.
All right, the play deep in the Team USA zone. Fedorov lifts it back on the blue line. Zhitnik lays it off the circle now to Fedorov. Sergei Fedorov pass down low. Nemchinov with a chance. Shot wide of the goal. Mogilny sends it out in front. Nemchinov battling hard. And it's taken away by Konowalchuk, and he'll fire that puck off a stick and deflects way up over the glass and into the crowd. I'll tell you what, John, I'm really impressed with the penalty killing of Konowalchuk in this hockey game.
Yes, he's done a good job. You know, just that little scrum we had there in front of the net, just make a quick comment. You had Nemchinov in front of the net, and again, I had an opportunity to play with Nemchinov in New York. Ken, he is one strong hockey player on the skates. For a goal scorer, he's an ideal guy to have on your line because this guy is strong in the corners. He can get you the puck. He can go in the corner with two guys on him. He'll walk out of that corner with the puck, and he's always looking to feed it to somebody to take the shot on net. Very, very strong hockey player, Sergei Nemchinov.
He scored the first goal of the hockey game that gave Team Russia a 1-0 lead. It was a power play goal. A minute 20 remaining in the penalty time to Adam Deadmarsh of Team USA. 7:20 remaining here in the second period. Now Nemchinov winds up, fires the hard shot high off the glass and behind the Team USA goal. Boy, he got a lot of mustard on that one. Into the corner. Tony Amandi tried to flip it around the board. Smolinski will pick it up, play it off a skate and out center ice. Alexei Zhitnik has it inside his own blue line. Swings it across on the far side. 7 minutes to go here in the second period. 3-2 Team Russia with the lead. Fedorov drops it back. Up over the line, Bure off the circle now to Kozlov. Lays it back on the blue line to Fedorov. Now to Zhitnik, fires the shot. Richter made the save, hands it off the side of the goal, and Tony Amandi will bounce it down the ice. Half a minute remaining in Deadmarsh's penalty. Back comes the Team Russia. Larionov flips it in behind the goal. Bure plays it into the corner, now to Kozlov. Back on the blue line to Gonchar. Off the circle. Kozlov has it there, works it into the corner. Larionov to Kozlov. Now to Pavel Bure. Bure stick handling off the rim of the right circle. Drops it down low. Larionov back to Bure. Working the perimeter now. Gonchar with a screen shot. It's loose on the doorstep. Larionov with a chance. And Richter kicked his goalie pad out, made the save. The penalty is over, and we've got a whistle. Another penalty called inside that Team USA blue line.
Mike Richter making a great save on Larionov off to the side of the net there. Richter's got the quick feet. We're going to take a look here at the replay. Conchar taking the slap shot. There's Larionov left alone off to the side of the net. Quick release. Richter very quick on sliding to his left side, getting that pad down and stopping Larionov. Here it is right here. Can't blame Larionov. That's the first thing you want to do. Once you get that puck on your stick, get the shot away, release it as quick as you can before the goaltender has a chance to get over there. But of course, with Richter's agility, he was able to get there just a little quicker than the shot.
There's a look at Richter right there, and he played for the U.S. Olympic team back in 1987-88.
Pavel Bure getting the penalty. I missed the call on that, Ken.
Well, we'll get it in a moment here, but power play coming up now for Team USA. The puck deflected into that Russian bench along the far boards. Cross-checking the call on Pavel Bure, and what a story he's been. You know, he only played 15 games for Vancouver last year, John, and he had a serious knee injury, but we were talking with John Wharton, the athletic therapist for Team Russia. He said his knee's at 100% right now.
His knee's at 100%, and he said that he missed an exhibition game in Munich, Germany. I guess he was carrying a 101-degree temperature. So you could say he had the flu, so he missed that one exhibition game.
Now here's a drive off the side of the goal by Keith Tkachuk. He can fire him with the best of them, and the net came loose in behind Nikolai Khabibulin, so we have a whistle.
Now you're commenting on Konowalchuk's strength in front of the net. What's interesting on that play was there was a lot of cross-checking going on there, and there was no penalty called. Konowalchuk did a good job clearing Nemchinov out from in front of the net. This was a few plays earlier. And Carey Fraser chose not to call a cross-checking penalty there. And later on, obviously, McGillney was giving a cross-checking penalty, I assume, because of the scrum in front of the net.
Minute 35 remaining in the Pavel Bure penalty. 3-2, Team Russia with the lead from the face-off. It's shot back into the USA zone. Mike Richter hands it off to Phil Housley. Housley will bring it slowly towards the blue line, hands it out center to Modano, now picking it up. Here's Leach up over the line, past to Modano, cruising in, and a nice play, sliding along the ice by Malikov. Deflected it away, back in the line, Housley pass off the circle, Modano turns, fires the backhand, Khabibulin closed the door on him. Puck kept in at the line, it's tapped in the slot. Pass off the rim of the circle, out in front to Leach pitching in. Leach sends it in the slot. Bouncing puck control there. Here's a quick shot by Young. It's tapped away and all the way back out center ice and into the USA zone. 49 seconds remaining in the penalty to Bure. 3-2. Russia with the lead. 4:46 to go here in the second period. Here's John LeClair. He's played a strong game. Pass up over the line to Housley. Housley snapped it off the side of the Russian goal. Puck tapped around the boards on the near side, all the way out center ice, and back to play it is Gary Suter, who scored the last goal for Team USA. He'll tap it weakly out center. LeClair picks it up, moves into the corner, snaps it around the boards on the near side. Puck chased down, comes back in the line. Suter's pass broken up. Nice play that time by Alexei Zhamnov, and the puck deflects out center ice. 10 seconds remaining in the Team USA power play. Out at center now. Thatcher slides it up over the line. Puck tapped away into the corner. Penalty is over. Bure is back on. 4 minutes to play here in the second period. 3-2 Russia. Into the corner. Brett Hull to chase it down. Works it in behind the net to LeClair. They battle for it in along the boards. It's tapped around the far side. Collision really stepped into by Suter, and the puck comes out center ice. Both teams changing on the go. Doug Weight has it out at center. Around Sergei Fedorov, cruises up over the Russian line, fires the shot up over the top of the goal. It deflects off the glass. Now it's picked up and played by Nemchinov out at center to Fedorov. Up over the line to McGillney. Here's McGillney moving it right out in front, cutting for the net. Nemchinov, and he didn't get his stick on the puck. Boy, he was cruising in on the left side.
He was cruising in. John LeClair almost did a big boo-boo there. That was his check, and he kind of let him go there. Nemchinov connects there. It's a great scoring opportunity.
Sean Chambers worked it around the boards to Billy Guerin. Puck kicked away by Gonchar into the corner now. McGillney snapped it into the corner again. Billy Guerin working hard. He ran into his man. That was Fedorov, and the puck tapped out center ice. Here's LeClair up over the line at the circle. Drops it back, moving in towards the goal. Here's a shot, and they score! Doug Weight fires it in, and the hockey game is tied at 3.
Doug Wade showing good patience on this goal. He had an opportunity to dish it off to another teammate. Chose to take a shot. Right choice. Pick the far corner, it looks like, on Habby Bullen. Here's the replay coming up. Here's Wade playing a 2-on-1 against the Russian defenseman. Chose to shoot. You can't see it on this angle, but he did have another player coming down the center of the ice here. You'll see it coming in here. Right off there, but he chose to shoot the puck, and it was a great shot. Far corner, just on the inside of the post. Great play by Team USA. Great shot by Doug Wade, and they're back in the game. It's a 3-3 game.
Boy, Team Russia had a 3-0 lead and 3 quick goals by Team USA, and we're all tied up, 3 goals apiece. 2.5 to play. Second period, Amani hands it in the slot, and it was tapped away. Here comes Kozlov racing out center, up the right wing, carries over the line, cuts to the middle of the ice, in the slot, pass out in front, and Amani coming back on the play. Took him off the puck, and now he'll steer it ahead. Owsley up over the line, tried to feed it out in front of the goal. Larionov coming back on the play, took it away. He'll spin in front of his own goal, now tap it out center. Here's Bure, he's hooked from behind. A penalty call coming up. And Team Russia will go on the power play. So another pause in the action, a 3-3 tie. We'll be back with a power play in a moment.
Hi everyone, I'm Fred Heumann for Live on Pass. If you missed our show earlier on Friday, well, you missed a World Cup hockey update as we took you to Joe Louis Arena where Team Russia and Team USA were getting geared up for the game on Friday night. Also, we revealed the news of a possible new Michigan offense. Scott Dreisbeck told us about that for the coming college football season. Coming up Monday, Live on Pass. Fred McLeod's here, also Lions Monday Night Magazine. Join us then.
Detroit Tiger Baseball on Pass Sports. No one else comes close. The most games, the legendary Ernie Harwell, and the most complete state-of-the-art coverage. For Detroit Tiger Baseball, no one else comes close. Pass Sports is the source for Michigan sports. Albert Bell and the Indians take on the Tigers Monday night at 7, only on Pass Sports.
Ken, just something to point out here on this last goal. Habby Bullen, who's known for coming out and cutting down the angles, was unable to because there was a threat on his left-hand side. Wade could have dished the puck over to his teammate, so Habby Bullen couldn't go out and challenge the shooter because Wade had that option of dishing it off to his teammate.
Hooking the call to Amani, a 3-3 tie. Team Russia on the power play. Here's Kovalev. Pass back on the blue line. Quick drive out in front of the goal. Blocked there. Out of traffic by Team Russia right out in front of that USA goal and Mike Richter. Now Kovalev steers it into the corner. Centering pass out in front. Bounced away. Konowalchuk tapped it into the corner. Yashin in control. Played it back on the blue line. Zipnik will work it off the circle. Here's Yashin moving in. Snap the shot. Richter sprawled in the goal to make the save. And a penalty call coming up.
It's calling a slashing penalty against who, I don't know at this point.
There's a look at Gary Frazier as he's skating backwards towards the penalty box. Minute 14 remaining in that penalty to Tony Amani. He was off for hooking at 17:52 of the second period.
Look at Paul Holmgren, one of the assistant coaches with Ron Wilson for Team USA. Big man. He was an enforcer when he played in the league. Tough guy. Stayed out of his way. Looks like Kevin Hatcher is going to get a slashing penalty. He broke his stick on the play. We'll take a look at it here. Going to the net. Big two-hand. Broke it over his shoulder. Broke the shaft of his stick over Yashin's shoulder. Here it is here. Good call by Gary Frazier. That's a major league slash right there. Good call. Team Russia now obviously has a two-man advantage because of that.
And they'll have a two-man advantage for a minute and 8 as Team USA fires it all the way back into the Russian zone. 3-3 tie, a good hockey game here tonight. Glad to have you with us at the Joe Louis Arena. Emchinov over the Team USA line. McGillney passes it back on the line. Here's Gonchar off the circle. Back on the line. Gonchar with a shot, and that one redirected out in front of the goal. Fedorov taps it back on the line to Sergei Gonchar off the circle now, far side. Tap back on the line. Gonchar to Fedorov. Fedorov swings it over on the far side. Still a two-man advantage. 4:32 seconds off the circle. Here's a quick shot by Zubov. And Richter came up with a save and some pushing and shoving off the side of the goal. Boy, Darian Hatcher was looking at Nemchinov that time. He's a big boy, Darian Hatcher.
Darian's a big boy. He plays an aggressive game out there. He's got the size to do it. Not too many guys can push him around. Zubov, good wrist shot, good play. Shooting from his off wing. Team USA player goes down in front of him. Zubov gets it up, goes for top shelf. Richter makes a nice save on the play.
We're looking at Darian Hatcher. 31 points last year, 6'5", 225 pounds. He was named the Dallas Stars top defenseman back in 1993-94.
Got a lot of potential. That's half the battle. You like to build your team around big defensemen, and Darian has that size.
Well, his brother is a pretty big boy himself, Kevin Hatcher.
Kevin's a big boy also. A little more offensive-minded than Darian is. And of course, like we mentioned earlier, Kevin now playing in Pittsburgh this upcoming season.
Still a two-man advantage for Team Russia. 19 seconds. Gonchar with a drive. Richter the save. Rebound. They score. Sergei Fedorov put it in. A power play goal, and Team Russia has a 4-3 lead.
We got some cheers coming from the crowd. We talked about that at the start of the game, whether the fans here would cheer if one of the Red Wing players did something, and they're cheering for him. Actually, a few of them are standing up.
There's Sergei Fedorov making his way over to Team Russia players bench. He takes a look up at the scoreboard at center ice. First goal tonight comes at 19:37. And anytime you can score a power play goal, John, in the final minute of play, you're doing something good.
Well, what happens here is Team Russia crowds in front of the net. Fedorov does a great job anticipating the shot coming. He goes for the net for the rebound. The two other Russian players tied up the two Team USA defensemen, leaving Sergei Fedorov all alone in front of the net. Sergei makes no mistake, buries the puck, puts Team Russia back in the lead.
45 seconds remaining in Team Russia's power play. Only 4 seconds to go in the second period. 4-3 Team Russia. Here's McGillney working in. And that shot hit a leg, and the rebound cleared the length of the ice at the horn. A wild second period saw Team Russia take a 3-0 lead before Team USA came back to tie it at 3, and then the go-ahead goal, the power play tally by Sergei Fedorov from Gonchar and Zubov at 19:37, and Team Russia has the 1-goal lead. We'll be back with more from the Joe Louis Arena, but first let's pause for this. Friday night hockey from here at the Joe Louis Arena in downtown Detroit. We've completed 2 periods of play, and Team Russia has the lead 4-3. The go-ahead goal scored by Sergei Fedorov to break the 3-3 tie. And standing by in the locker room right now, John, is a player who plays for the Detroit Red Wings, was involved in a trade, and he joins us now in the studio downstairs, and it's Igor Larionov. Igor, how do you feel about your performance here tonight?
Well, it's a tough game for us because we just came from Europe, and it's still a jet lag. But we're trying to play, traditional Russian style of hockey, and so far we're doing fine.
Igor, was it nice in Moscow to put a team together like this with the talent you have here, to go back to Moscow, practice, and play some games back there?
Well, this time was unusual training camp for us because first time ever we had the best Russian players, but we didn't have that much time to play with each other. And only 3 days like everybody else. But so far we played the 3 games, exhibition games, and we won 3.
Igor, your team is undefeated right now in exhibition play, and how far can this go? Do you feel that your team is playing so well right now?
Well, just exhibition games. So we understand, we realize we're going to have a tough tournament ahead of us, and right now it's a time to, to kind of test our abilities and to play against the strong teams like United States and Canada.
Igor, you had a pretty good chance there in the second period. You had a rebound, the shot coming from your point man. Here comes the play right there. Bure back to Gonchar. Rebound comes right to you. Can you talk a little bit about your shot here?
Well, I had a good chance to score, but the goalie Richter was right in the net. I to just put back in the high corner, but he made a good save.
How is it playing with Slava Kozlov right now? You have Pavel Bure on one side. You have to feel comfortable playing with Slava.
Of course, we played with Kazi last year all season long, and of course I played with Pavel in Vancouver, and it's a great combination for me because there's two flashy wingers and strong individually. So I'm enjoyed to play with Kazi and Pavel, and it's just the first game for us, and I hope we'll be playing together for the rest of the tournament.
Well, you played a couple of games, Igor, overseas. Big crowd here.
I'm always glad to be back in Detroit, and especially, you know, it's my team and my town, and quite thrilled to play. Support.
Russia is kind of like the dream team.
A couple of guys. Alexei Gusarov also, they're not playing, but there's two guys. And
back into action a little hockey with us.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Igor Larionov, our special guest. Our score 4-3. Team Russia has the lead over the Joe Louis Arena after we pause for this.
Doug Weight gets the pass, walks in. Javi Bulin is restricted from coming out and cutting down the angle. One, because of the one player driving to the net. And two, Weight had an option of passing that puck out. So Javi Bulin got caught in the net. Nothing he could do. Weight does an excellent job picking the far corner.
What a player Doug Weight has. Played his college hockey at Lake Superior State. But two-man advantage now towards the end of the period. And Detroit Red Wing player Sergei Fedorov scores the power play goal at 19:37. We'll take a look at this one.
Credit Team Russia. Lots of patience here. They got a 5-on-3. Lots of time. Shot comes from the point. Two Team USA defensemen pick up the two Russian players. Here comes Sergei. Nobody's got him. Tough to cover 5 players when you've only got 3 out there, obviously. Give Fedorov credit. That's a goal scorer there. He went to the net when he knew to get there.
Both Team USA and Russia making their appearance onto the ice. 4-3. Russia has the lead. We'll be back for the start of the third, but first let's pause for this. A quick look at the stats through 2 periods. Scoring chances, Russia with 10, USA with 11. I think the key, John, the power plays there. 2 for 6 for Russia, 1 for 4 for Team USA.
The power play shots also there, Ken. 11 for Team Russia, only 5 for Team USA also.
And we have a new goaltender in goal for Team USA, Guy Hebert, who plays for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. He replaces Mike Richter, who was a very busy goaltender in the first 2 periods. Okay, Team Russia on the power play. Fedorov drives it into the corner, the puck along the near boards. McGillney with a shot hit the side of the net. Gary Suter picks it up, plays it to the blue line, kept in though by Malakoff. He'll steer it weakly into the corner. Now it's picked up by Darian Hatcher. He rifles it out center ice. Dono Walchuk in a short-handed situation drives it into the corner. 7 seconds remaining in the minor penalty to Darian Hatcher. Now Fedorov flips it out center ice to McGillney. Hatcher is back on. Team USA is at full strength. It's 4-3 Team Russia early in the first minute of play in the third period. Play back into the Team Russia zone. Zubov lays it quickly ahead. Here's Slava Kozlov turning out at center. Carries up over the blue line. Works it between the circles. That puck tapped away and out center ice. Now it's steered up over the line by Doug Weight. Team USA making a change on the go. And back comes Kozlov up over the line. Little drop pass. Off the circle. Bure with a chance. A wrist shot. Wide of the target. Larionov steers it into the corner. Now Phil Housley plays it around the boards. Brian Leach quickly shovels it ahead. Out at center ice, Scott Young fires that puck in behind the goal. Javi Bulin leads it for Zubov, who steers it off the boards. Not out, kept in there by the point. Off the side of the net, puck tapped right through the goal ball. Was parked off the left side of the goal. Was Brian Leach. Leach chases down the corner again. A centering pass. Comes back on the blue line. Housley snaps the shot. It rolls right towards Javi Bulin. He swept it away. And back comes Team Russia. Here's Kozlov with a rink-wide pass to Bure. Onside over the line. Submarined him, and that brings the oohs and ahs from the crowd, John.
A good test of Bure's knee right there. Big hip tick. He actually went limping back to the bench. I wonder if he re-injured or aggravated that knee that he caused him to miss most of the season last year.
We're 2 minutes into the third period. 4-3. Team Russia with the lead. McDonough with a big hit in the corner. Puck chased down around the boards. It's sent back on the line. Sean Chambers with a screen shot. And a penalty call coming up as Tkachuk was upended right out in front of Javi Bulin.
Looks like a holding penalty, Ken. Zitnik, I guess, is going to get the holding penalty in front of the net.
Well, joining us high atop the Joe Louis Arena, Jeff Jackson, the USA national coach. And Jeff, quite a move from you going from Lake Superior State and now the USA national coach. You got to feel good about that.
Well, it's going to be a great opportunity for me, and I'm hoping that it'll be a great situation in the future for American players. And you know, I've always been a proponent of what USA Hockey's represented, and hopefully we're going to have a big impact on things in future years.
Now, where are you setting up your headquarters? Is it going to be in Ann Arbor?
Well, that's almost finalized. We're trying to get it on paper, and it looks like that we will be operating out of the Ann Arbor Ice Cube. It's a great facility and centrally located as far as the United States amateur hockey goes.
Everyone has goals. Jeff Jackson, what are your goals, immediate goals, going in as the USA national coach?
Well, I think the biggest thing is to see more players developed to this level that we see out on the ice here for the United States. So many tremendous college graduates representing the United States out here. I think it's a great thrill to see that our system is working, and we just have to find a better way to make sure they develop at the younger ages.
Jeff, hang on. We'll talk to you a little bit more here as Team USA goes on the power play. Zitnik in the penalty box. Team USA trying to tie up this hockey game. 4-3, Russia with the lead. Suter with a goal tonight. Lifts it in behind the goal. Now Tkachuk taps it up the boards. Kevin Hatcher keeps it in right point. Played it off the circle into the corner. Chased down by Tkachuk. He wheels it back and behind the goal. Zubov tied him up. Now Dmitry Yaskevich comes out of the corner with it. Sends it quickly out center ice. Here's Alexei Yashin just circling out at center. Carries it back to his own blue line, and he fires it down the ice. Now, we talked about Connor Walchuk, John, but Alexei Yashin has played well in the penalty-killing role.
Yeah, there's been a lot of power play opportunities for both teams, and they've come up fairly big here in the penalty-killing department.
50 seconds remaining in the Team USA power play. Player tripped in the corner. That was Doug Waite, the puck in behind the goal. Malakoff to pick it up, finds the opening, and he'll softly play it along the left wing boards and behind that USA goal. Guy Bear drops it back, and here comes Team USA. Brian Leetch back the other way. A pass up the right side. Here's Hull up over the line. Pass off the circle. Intercepted by Alexei Zhamnov. He'll fire it off the boards out center ice. Bill Housley to play it ahead. Up over the line now to Doug Waite. Pulls up rim of the circle. Lost in it. Trying to feed it out in front. It's tapped into the corner. Team Russia will pick it up. This time it's Zhamnov firing it down the ice. 10 seconds remaining in the minor penalty to Alexei Zitnik. Ryan Leetch slowly plays it in behind the goal. Race for the puck. Sent out in front of the goal. This time by Zhamnov. Penalty is over, and here comes Fedorov back the other way for Team Russia. 15:30 remaining here in the third period. 4-3, Team Russia with the lead. Now the puck kept in by Young. Works it out in front. That shot may have grazed the goalpost by Tony Amani. Sergei Nikolishin lays it ahead. Out at center ice, Fedorov will tap it ahead. Puck intercepted, played back over the Russian blue line. Fedorov to pick it up for Team Russia, and he'll move it out center. Puck intercepted. Here's Alani back the other way, drops it back. Quick drive by Smolinski, and he scores! That puck crossed the blue line, and we're all tied up 4 goals apiece. John, a strange goal, but we're all tied up.
Good shot by Smolinski, and I can't quite figure out what happened in front of the net there, Ken. There was a scramble. It looks like Amonte is being credited for the goal. We'll get a replay here and get a better view of exactly what happened there in front of the net. Here it comes here. Monty, good drop pass here to Smolinski. Nice shot, keeps it low. Actually, that went off the defenseman's hockey stick. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Javi Bulin might have knocked the puck in himself with his goalie stick. Let's see from this angle here. Good shot by Smolinski. Goes off the defenseman's stick. Off a player's foot there. Hits Javi Bulin and goes right into the net.
Well, he even made his way off the goalpost. So little pinball action that time, but the hockey game is tied at 4. 14:48 to play in the third period. It's been a good one here at the Joe Louis Arena. Scott Konowalchuk brings it out center, tapped it up over the line, racing hard for it. Adam Deadmarsh in the corner. Yuskevich ran into him as they tie each other up in the far corner, deep in that Russian zone. Now the puck swings free, out center ice, skates Zhitnik. Buries up over the line, drops it to Larionov, and another penalty call coming up. And we'll be back with the power play in a moment, a 4-4 tie. First, let's pause for these words.
All right, we're back in the stands with Mo Cheese, the king of the curling.
If you've been running for years,
if you've just started running,
even if you've been thinking about running, Runner's World, the world's #1 running magazine, can help you enjoy running and keep you running so you'll look and feel terrific.
Runner's World will help you lose weight fast
and show you the foods that can boost your energy.
You'll learn secrets for building speed and stamina from top runners and their coaches.
Plus, sports medicine breakthroughs and easy stretches that help prevent injury.
You can get into fantastic shape with just 20 minutes of running 3 times a week.
Call now and receive a free issue of Runner's World.
As a special TV bonus, you'll also receive our exclusive guide, 250 everyday health tips for runners, and a personal training log free.
If you're not thrilled with your first issue, simply cancel and owe nothing. If you love Runner's World, you'll receive a full year, 12 issues in all, plus your free tips book and training log for just 4 easy payments of $4.97. That's 53% off the cover price.
Call 1-800-253-8005.
Well, Sean McEachern in the penalty box for holding John, and Team Russia will go on the power play here. Look at Ron Wilson in behind that Team USA players bench.
Team USA did a good job tying this game up. Now they take a penalty here.
Well, we have a face-off out at center ice. Igor Larionov to take the draw against Adam Deadmarsh. Puck inside the blue line. Kozlov laid it off the circle, comes back in the line. Here's Zhitnik with it. Zhitnik takes a look up, still controls at the blue line. A little pass to Kozlov to Zhitnik. One times the drive. Hebert made the save. And the puck cleared away and out center ice by Team USA. Deadmarsh working hard, rolls that puck over the blue line. And Zhitnik quickly turns out center for Team Russia. Minute and a half remaining in the penalty time to McEachern. Puck goes into the corner, sent right out in front of the goal. Back in the line, Zhitnik fires the shot, loose out in front. Larionov waits and shot the puck, but behind the play we had a whistle and another penalty call as signaled by Kerry Fraser.
Looks like a roughing penalty. I think it's a Team Russia, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll get to the penalty call in just a moment, but Jeff Jackson again joining us high atop the Joe Louis Arena, the USA national coach. We talked about your goals, but how soon do you think, Jeff, you can get the program rolling and really make it into a powerhouse?
Well, I think it's going to take some time to really create an orchestrated system. I think that the United States is so diverse in its style of development. I mean, in Canada, you go coast to coast and you have the same developmental stages from East Coast to West Coast. In the United States, we have such a variable as far as development goes that we have to try to find a little bit more continuity in the growth of our players.
Well, it's an interesting part of your life, I would imagine, and we certainly enjoyed your work over at Lake Superior State, and good luck to you as the USA national coach, and thanks for stopping by.
I appreciate it, Ken.
Jeff Jackson, USA national coach. Pavel Bure in the penalty box, so both teams playing 4 aside for 1:05. Here's Modano working in, shot the puck. Bobby Bulin made a terrific save in that Team Russian goal. Now here's a shot off the circle by Keith Tkachuk, steered away again, and back comes Russia out center ice. Alexei Yashin buries up over the blue line, puck tapped away by Modano, and things are picking up right now. Here's Modano, little feet pass ahead. Up over the line, working his way, Suter now to Hatcher. He drilled the shot high off the glass. Quickly coming back the other way, Team Russia. Over the line, Yashin fires the shot, and Guy Hebert got his stick on that one, deflected it up over the glass and into the crowd. Another pause in the action from here at the Joe Louis Arena, a 4-4 tie. We'll be back after this.
Fans, thank you for attending tonight's exhibition game.
Hi, Hi, everyone. I'm Fred Heumann for Live on Pass. If you missed our show earlier on Friday, well, you missed a World Cup hockey update as we took you to Joe Louis Arena where Team Russia and Team USA were getting geared up for the game on Friday night. Also, we revealed the news of a possible new Michigan offense. Scott Dreisbach told us about that for the coming college football season. Coming up Monday, Live on Pass. Fred McLeod's here. Also, Lions Monday Night Magazine. Join us then.
Ausmus beat this Mariner Ball Club in the first game Tiger victory out at the Kingdome. So he's already a Seattle villain. Can he do it twice? Ausmus slams it deep to right field. Going back. It's going to be out of here. Tigers win. 6-3 Detroit on the Ausmus slam to right field. And Ausmus has done it again to the Mariners, beating them with one swing of the bat.
Ken Callan, John Ogrodnik, high atop the Joe Louis Arena. Action really picking up now, John, this hockey game.
Getting exciting. I like to see it. Lots of goals. Got total 8 goals out here. A little exciting and a little 4-on-4 action right now.
Well, Team USA just won't quit in this hockey game. They trailed at one point, 3-0, and have come back twice to tie this hockey game up.
You know what's interesting here, Ken, is Pavel Bure, who got the penalty, was back on the ice. I'm sure a lot of people in the Vancouver management, if they're watching this game, were concerned whether he had re-injured that knee that caused him to miss most of the season last year. So it's good to see him back out there on the ice.
Sergei Fedorov took the puck in over the blue line. It's whistled down offside. That's a good point. And, you know, it's a long season, the NHL season, as you know. You played this game, John. And one thing you don't want to do is get hurt in a World Cup series or in training camp for that matter.
Oh, you know, it must make the Vancouver management cringe when they see something like that happen. Pavel Bure is such an impact player with the Vancouver Canucks. You know, the Russian Rocket, and they just can't afford to have this guy out again this year.
Well, McEachern is back on. Team USA has the man advantage now. 36 seconds remaining in the penalty to Pavel Bure. 4-4 tie. Team USA taking it up over the blue line. Here's Smolinski dropping it back to Brian Leetch. Fires a long shot. Howdy Boone to save the rebound on the doorstep, and LeClaire couldn't control it. Puck comes back on the blue line. Fedorov working hard. Cleared the puck away. Good work by Fedorov as he clears the zone. 15 seconds remaining in the Bure penalty. 4-4 tie. Smolinski working for the puck in the corner. Send it ahead, now turning with it at the circle. Amani played it back in the line to Housley. Housley with a screen shot. Hobby Bullen is down. To make that one of the defensemen are down in front of Hobby Bullen. And a quick whistle by the referee, Fraser.
Ken, I've just been informed if this game ends up tied after regulation time, we will go into a 5-minute overtime, but they will not resurface the ice.
Well, this has been a back-and-forth hockey game all night long, as we mentioned.
I tell you, Hobby Bullen has come up with some big saves here the last 2 or 3 minutes. Big saves.
There you have a look at the fine goaltender. Last year played for the Winnipeg Jets, and now an integral part of the Phoenix Coyotes, a new team in the National Hockey League.
Drastic change in the weather and the temperature going from Winnipeg down to Phoenix.
Here's Zhitnik. He has the puck in behind his own goal. 11:36 remaining here in the third period. Both teams at full strength. Slava Kozlov out at center. Pass ahead to Zhitnik over the line. Rifles the shot. Deflected wide of the goal. Now it's picked up by Keith Tkachuk. He'll bounce it out center ice. Racing Hartford. Billy Guerin overskated it. Now Modano carries up over the line. Modano shovels it into the corner. Here's Tkachuk dropping it back on the blue line to Chambers. Chambers keeps it in on a nice play. Now lost it. Look out. Here comes Larionov and Bure back the other way. Kozlov trails on the play. Cuts middle of the ice off the left circle. Snaps the shot. Rebound. Larionov scores. Igor fires it in. And Team Russia takes a 5-4 lead. So another Detroit Red Wing with a big goal. This time it's Larionov.
We've got some fans standing. They're excited. They're happy. Got the goal. Red Wing fans applauding Igor Larionov. Similar type play, Ken. Rebound this time. Guy Hebert could not stop him. as in the second period when Richter stopped him. Kozlov makes a good play, goes to the middle, gets a shot on net. Khabibulin has problems controlling the rebound, and I don't know how Larionov was able to walk in by himself to get the rebound here. There was obviously missed coverage here. So we look at it at this angle. Can't really tell from there. Here, let's take a look at here. 17 for Team USA. Keith Tkachuk should have actually turned around to pick up Igor Larionov. He did not. Allowed Igor to walk in on that. Simply man-on-man coverage. Tkachuk didn't pick him up. Larionov wide open. This time, doesn't make a mistake.
73 points last year as a member of the Detroit Red Wings, and Larionov gets the big goal here, and Team Russia has a 5-4 lead. Play moved in over the blue line. It's offside.
Again, it's a perfect example of man-to-man coverage. It's not rocket science. I'm sorry, in that situation. I mean, it's man-on-man. You had, I think it was Hatchet going at Kozlov. Tkachuk just has to turn around, pick up his man. No goal, but big defensive mistake. Gives Team Russia obviously the lead here, 5-4, midway through the third period.
And they have another power play because after the goal by Larionov, Billy Guerin roughed him up a little bit. So
I saw that. He gave him a little shot there after the goal.
Yeah, so Team Russia back on the power play. Malakoff fires it into the corner of the Team USA zone. They battle for it in along the boards. Back on the blue line it comes. Here's a quick shot over the top of the goal by Malakoff. And behind the net, play still deep in that USA zone as they work it there. Here's Kovalev taking it back to the blue line, rather casually, drops it back. Off the circle, return pass to Kovalev. He'll take it back to the blue line. Kovalev fakes the shot, hands it off the side of the net. Yashin tried to feed it out in front. He was tied up. And Team USA will clear it to the blue line, not out. Tverdovsky keeps it in. Works it into the corner. Kovalev will take it back to the blue line. Now spins into the corner. Yashin worked it off the circle, intercepted. Back comes Doug Weight the other way, short-handed. Quickly ahead to Hull. Hull up over the line. He's got the good shot, working towards the goal. Snapped it out in front, and Khabibulin made the stick save. Back quickly comes Team Russia. Up over the line. Here's Yashin off the circle, snaps the shot. Rebound right out in front. And Hebert made a save and goal. Puck picked up by Hatcher, and Darian Hatcher will clear the zone. 20 seconds remaining in the minor penalty to Billy Guerin.
Kovalev's still out there on the ice. He's taking a long shift here on the power play. He finally gets up the ice now.
Here's Fedorov. Back the other way. Drops it to McGillney. Pass over on the right side. Team Russia working the perimeter now. Deep in that USA zone. Fedorov to pick it up. Plays it off the side of the goal to McGillney. Back to Fedorov. Billy Guerin back on. Play still deep in the zone. And Fedorov scores! He redirected it in behind Hebert. And for Fedorov, that's his second goal of the hockey game. It's now 6-4 Team Russia.
Just perfect. Perfect give and go. Fedorov around the hash marks, gives it to McGillney in the corner. Fedorov goes to the net, gets it back to McGillney. Great shot. Far side, blocker side on Hebert. Fedorov buries it.
There's a look at Sergei. He's a happy guy getting tapped on the head, and I'll tell you what, the Red Wing players really contributing in this hockey game tonight.
Good play. Fedorov back to McGillney in the corner. Nice pass back to Fedorov. Nobody picks him up as he breaks the net. Hatchet takes his man in front of the net. Sergei gets the puck back here. Just a one-touch shot. Far side, blocker side, right off the post. You can't blame Hebert on that shot. He picked the corner perfectly. Great play. McGillney and Fedorov, great play, great shot.
8.5 to play here in the third period. Here's Yuskevich winding up in the corner. A little feed pass out in center ice. Here's Larionov now. He's poked off the puck. Back quickly the other way skates John LeClaire up over the blue line. Into the corner. Zhitnik all over him. He's still on the backhand and controlling for Team USA. LeClaire worked it off the circle to Sean Chambers. Pass off the side of the goal. Here's a turnaround shot by Smolinski. And it was tapped away by Khabibulin. The puck comes out center. Sean Chambers spins there. Nice move to get around one man. Tapped it slowly towards the goal. It was tapped away by Khabibulin. Team USA changing on the go. 7:50 to play in the third period. 6-4. Russia with the lead. Now Kovalev drives the puck into the corner as Russia changes on the go. The puck loose off the side of the USA goal. Now Doug Weight Stops it behind his own goal. Pass up the right side to Brett Hull. Hull snaps it out center. Malakoff bounces it right back into the Team USA zone. Evan Hatcher to pick it up for Team USA. Rifles it off the boards and into the Russian zone. Chasing it down there is Doug Waite. We have a whistle. Icing call. Pause in the action. 6-4. Russia has the lead. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Take strokes off your game, guaranteed.
Jack Nicklaus's personal technique that helps straighten slices.
Take strokes off your game, guaranteed.
Dave Peltz's revolutionary technique that has even the pros putting more accurately.
Take strokes off your game, guaranteed.
Get out of sand without sweat. Greg Norman's Earth Mover secret shows you how, guaranteed. Now take 2, 3, 4, even more strokes off your game with the secrets you'll get in your free issue of Golf Magazine.
Take strokes off your game, guaranteed.
Master teacher Jim McLean's simple secret to longer, straighter tee shots every time. Call now to get your free issue of Golf Magazine, plus receive your free Golf Magazine umbrella. Shoot lower, play better, or you don't pay. That's the Golf Magazine guarantee. Call now for your free no-obligation issue of Golf Magazine. If you decide to subscribe, get 11 more issues, 12 in all, for just $16.97. Plus this Golf Magazine umbrella free with your paid subscription. Call now.
Another look at Fedorov's goal here. He fakes the slap shot, makes a good play. Down to McGillney. Credit McGillney. Threads the pass right back to Fedorov. A lot of chemistry right there between those two guys. Fedorov again, the one-touch shot. Far side on Guy Hebert. Pretty play.
Well, Team USA has fought back a couple of times to tie up this hockey game. They have their work cut out right now. They trail by a pair with 7 minutes remaining here in the third period. Out at center, here's Malakoff taking it up over the Team USA blue line. Poking him off the puck with Scott Young. He'll bring it quickly out center. Bounces that puck off the side of the goal. Nikolai Khabibulin steers it around the boards on the near side. They battle for it in the corner. Kovalev was spun around. Now Scott Young working hard in the corner. Passed in behind the goal. Doug Waite, turnaround centering pass. Ends up between the circles. Housley with a chance. Pad save made in goal by Khabibulin. And Team USA had a chance that time. Back over the line. Kovalev fires the shot. And Hebert stuck the pad out and made the save. Into the corner again. It's dug away. Tapped out towards center ice. And it's picked up by Team Russia. And Kovalenko will steer that puck behind the goal. Both teams changing on the go. 6:11 to play in the third period. 6-4 Team Russia with the lead. Now Tkachuk quickly back over the lines. Got the open lane. Fires the shot. And that one, don't believe John made it through to Holly Booth.
I don't know if that did, but I tell you, Ken, that was a great save. He just made it with his right foot, or I'm sorry, his left foot on Phil Housley.
Madonna with a chance, 2 chances, and Khabibulin down on his knees made the save, and a penalty call coming up, I believe, to Team Russia.
I think so too. It could be a holding penalty here. I'll see what Carey Fraser signals here.
Gary Fraser skating backwards towards the penalty box. Veteran official in the National Hockey League. Looks like Gonchar could be the guilty party. If so, that'll be his 3rd penalty of the night.
He is calling it holding. I think he had a hold of it. If I'm not, he's explaining it to Gonchar right now what he did wrong. As if Gonchar didn't really know.
Well, John, let's take a look at it right here. This is the save on Tkachuk.
Nice strong play by Tkachuk, breaking the net, breaking to the net. Khabibulin making the big save. Now let's watch here in front of the net, see what happens.
Tell you what, a lot of hard work along the boards that time.
Yes, here it comes here. There he is in front of the net. Gonchar has a hold of Gurin in front of the net. Good call by Carey Fraser. Team USA's got a chance to get back in it right now.
5:41 remaining here in the third period. Let's see what Team USA can do. They trail by a pair. Housley hands it ahead. Out center ice along the near boards. It's shoveled back towards the goal. Khabibulin deflects it into the corner. Working hard in that far corner. Billy Guerin digging the puck away from Fedorov. Sends it to Tkachuk. On the boards. Off the circle. Comes back towards the blue line. Into the circle for Housley. Bill Housley taps it back to the blue line. Tkachuk was spun around. That puck slides slowly back across the USA blue line. Minute 15 remaining in the minor penalty to Sergei Gonchar. 6-4 Russia with the lead. Back comes Housley the other way. Up over the line, deep pass to Brian Leach. Leach moves his body into the corner, circles in behind the goal, now takes it around the near corner. Back off the circle, Leach drops it back. Here's Housley with it. Housley fires the long shot, it's loose on the doorstep. Hobby Bullen made the save and cradles that puck along the ice. A lot of pushing and shoving. Tverdovsky in the middle of that pushing and shoving. And boy, Hobby Bullen came up big that time.
Big save. Credit John LeClair using his strength and his size in front of the net. Stands big and strong in there, wasn't pushed away from the front of the net. Had a couple good whacks at the puck. Hobby Bullen doing an excellent job keeping the puck out of the net.
John, let's take another look at this save by Hobby Bullen.
Look at LeClair in front of the net, strong. He knocks the Russian defenseman down in front of the net, gets a couple whacks at the rebound. Good strong player. There he is, knocking him down. Let's see if he gets a chance at whacking it. There it is right now. Hobby Bullen, his right leg, keeps the puck from going in the net.
Just going to say, John, that's a terrific angle on that look. That puck actually grazed off the goalpost there. All right, 4:37 remaining, third period, 45 seconds remaining in the penalty to Gonchar. Team USA trying to get back into this hockey game. They trail by a pair. Now the puck sent across on the near circle. Doug Waite bounces that puck off the boards. It eluded Gary Suter, and he'll slowly play it back into the Team Russia zone, and picking it up, Malakoff, firing it all the way down the ice. Now but 20 seconds remaining in the Team USA power play. 4:08 to go in the third period. Here's Brett Hull winding up out at center. Pass up over the line to Hatcher. Hatcher in front. And Hobby Bullen again with a heads-up save in the goal crease.
I don't think Brett Hull got his stick on the passer. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the Russian defenseman that actually deflected the puck into Hobby Bullen there. Hobby Bullen had to be sharp again. Here comes the replay here, Ken. Hall breaking for the net. Good give and go. Gives it over to Kevin Hatcher. Hatcher makes a nice play to the front of the net. And I'm almost certain that the Russian defenseman Zubov was the one that deflected that puck towards Hobby Bullen. Hobby Bullen's got to be sharp. Here it is here. Here's another angle. Yes, off of Zubov's left skate.
Well, USA getting their opportunities here as we take a look at the USA bench. There's the goaltender, Nikolai Hobby Bullen, who has really been the difference late in this third period.
He's had his spots. He's come up with some big saves.
Sean Chambers with a screen shot. Penalty is over. Gonchar is back on, and Team Russia is at full strength. Gonchar played it softly over the blue line, and back quickly comes Chambers out at center. Pass over the line to McEachern, dropped it back to Chambers. His shot redirected into the corner. Puck played around the board, back in the line. Chambers pass into the corner, spinning there. McEachern, he's tied up in the corner by Alexei Zhitnik. Hard work in along the boards, in behind that Team Russia goal. Here's McEachern with a wraparound, sent it right to the goal mouth. Now pitching in, Chambers again, tried to feed it in the slot. It was intercepted, and Yashin comes back the other way for Team Russia, and he'll just slowly play it in behind the goal as both teams change on the go.
It's going to be tough for Team USA to come back here. This building is warm. The ice is in rough condition right now. It's not going to be easy.
Here's Scott Young sending it right to the goal mouth. Nobody there for Team USA, so he'll chase it down himself, play it behind the goal. And between the circles, Nemchinov will lay it ahead to Fedorov, looking for the hat trick in this game. He's got a pair. Over the line to Tverdovsky, centering pass out in front of the goal. That puck loose on the doorstep. Here's Fedorov with a chance in his bid for the hat trick. Fired it wide to the goal. Sergei with another good chance here. Now Housley to pick it up off the end boards. Works it out center ice. Puck eluded. Tony Amonte slides on edge back into the corner. Both teams changing quickly on the go. As you mentioned, that ice pretty soft right now, and they want to get the fresh legs out there.
They do, and you know, again, it's exhibition hockey. A lot of these players obviously are not in the greatest condition at this point, so it's an uphill battle for them. There's no question about it for Team USA to try and come back here.
2 minutes remaining here in the third period. Team Russia has the lead 6-4. 2 goals here by Larionov, the other by Fedorov. The difference. Here's Kevin Hatcher with a quick snapshot, and that's steered away. Hatcher picks up the loose puck in the corner. Larionov spun him off the puck, poked it into the corner again. Zubov trying to dig it free. The puck loose and behind the goal. Larionov to pick it up for Team Russia. Played into the corner. On the boards, Gonchar will pick it up, slide it out center to Larionov. The pass behind him. Following up on the play, Kozlov over the line. Kozlov now to Bure, and the puck was tapped away by the USA defenseman Kevin Hatcher, and he'll pick it up and play it out center. Minute 20 to go here in the third period. 6-4 Russia with the lead. Zubov snaps it across on the far side. It's tapped off the boards. Picking it up again. Here's Yuskevich. Slapping that puck in behind the goal. Aver trying to stop it. It goes into the corner, and Gary Suter will pick it up. Suter pass out at center, broken up by Zhitnik. Now going to left. Takes it up over the Team USA line. A pass behind Yashin. He's tied up there by John LeClaire. Gary Suter to pick it up. 50 seconds ago here in the third period. Here's a long drive from the blue line. Tapped away by Aver. Now a turnaround shot hit the side of the goal. And boy, Aver was sightseeing that time, and he almost got burned on the play.
Well, I think what happened there, Ken, Guy was anxious to get the puck out of the zone. As you see right now, he's leaving the net. There's an empty net now on the Team USA end. He wanted to keep that play going, and almost cost the goal.
6 attackers now deep in that Russian zone. A last-ditch effort for the Team USA squad to try and get back into this hockey game. Puck loose off the side of the net. Housley with a chance. Bobby Bullen closed the door on him. Zhitnik keeps the play alive. Played it in behind the goal. Housley spins it into the corner. 9 seconds to play in the game. Puck loose out in front. It's cleared away by Team Russia all the way back into the USA zone as time expires. It's played out center ice. This hockey game comes to an end. And Team Russia has defeated Team USA 6-4 in this exhibition game at the Joe Louis Arena. Quite a happy group of Russian players as they remain undefeated in exhibition play. This was their 4th win in 4 efforts. And there you see Sergei Fedorov with 2 goals tonight, getting tapped on the head and congratulated by the rest of the Team Russia players. We'll be back with more from the Joe Louis Arena. 6-4 the final. We'll be back with some more comments in a moment. World Cup Hockey brought to you by Bud Ice and Bud Ice Light. Drink Bud Ice, but beware the Penguins. And again, we welcome you back to the Joe Louis Arena. Terrific hockey game tonight. 6-4 the final, John. Team Russia with 2 big goals, both scored by Detroit Red Wing players. And they end up undefeated again. 4-0 is their record in exhibition play, and they're on a roll right now.
They are. Just at the end of the game here, they announced the players of the games for the both teams. Sergei Fedorov was the player of the game for the Russian team, and the fans gave him a pretty good ovation when he came out on the ice. Kevin Hatcher was the player of the game for Team USA. It was an entertaining hockey game. I enjoyed it. Lots of goals. These guys were able to demonstrate their offensive abilities out there, and I think that's what the fans want to see, and I enjoyed it.
Let's take a look at the final stats right now. Russia with 29 shots on goal, USA with 34. They were outshot in that department. Scoring chances, USA with terrific scoring chances, 16-13. And I thought Hobby Bullen came up big in that third period and made several key saves.
There were certain sprees in the third period and in the second period and in the first period where Hobby Bullen played great. You know, I can remember his right and left legs shooting out there, stopping the puck. He made the big key saves when he had to. And Team USA did have their chances, but in the most cases, Hobby Bullen stopped and they couldn't finish. On the other side, Fedorov came out with a couple big goals, and you know, obviously they got 6, Team USA got 4, and Team USA was victorious.
John, in what areas do you think that the United States team has to work on in preparation for the championship action when they get ready for that round-robin tournament?
Well, I think what has to happen, I got to apologize, I said Team USA was victorious, Team Russia was victorious. I think what Team USA has to do, they really have to concentrate on their defensive play out there. They can't allow to have those defensive breakdowns once the tournament starts, because again, if they play Team Russia or Team Canada, they'll kill you. There's a lot of talent out there, and these guys, the talent thrives on mistakes out there. But if you don't give them the open ice and you don't give them, and there are no mistakes out there, you'll stifle the opposition.
Sure. 6-4, that's the final here at the Joe Louis Arena, and we'll be back with some final comments after we pause first for these words. Well, that wraps up things tonight from the Joe Louis Arena in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Ahead now for Team USA is their final exhibition game on Sunday, August the 25th, as they take on Slovakia from Providence, Rhode Island. For my partner, John Okrodnik, and our great producer, Jim Holly, this is Ken Cal saying so long from Motown. Once again, the final score of tonight's game, Russia 6, USA 4. Thank you and good night.
It's over here in a jar. It's over there in the card.
Team USA stands at 1-2 going into their World Cup exhibition finale tonight against Slovakia. The Americans split a pair of games with Team Canada, then lost to powerful Russia 6-4 on Friday. This American team has what officials hope will be the perfect blend of power and speed, toughness and finesse. America's best National Hockey League talent has come together and is ready for the World Cup. Tonight, it's the final tune-up.